When the world comes together under one roof and speaks the same language, there can only be one common factor: football. Reaching a historic milestone with 48 nations competing on football's grandest stage, the biggest tournament in football history. It's the 2026 FIFA World Cup. From football powerhouses to fearless newcomers, every nation arrives with one dream: to lift the most coveted trophy in world football. Africa stands proud, sending 10 of its strongest contingent to the global stage. From established giants to rising contenders, the continent stars are ready to showcase their talent, passion, and determination to billions around the world. For the debutants, this is more than a tournament. It's history in the making. New flags, new stories, and new heroes will emerge as they take their first steps onto football's greatest stage. The United States, Canada, and Mexico awaits the world to witness unforgettable moments, stunning goals, and the unifying power of the beautiful game. 48 teams, one trophy, endless possibilities. The FIFA World Cup 2026, where dreams become legends. It's time for the mundial. When the world comes together under one roof, same language, there can only be one common factor: football. Reaching a historic milestone with 48 nations competing on football's grandest stage, the biggest tournament in football history. It's the 2026 FIFA World Cup. From football powerhouses to fearless newcomers, every nation arrives with one dream: to lift the most coveted trophy in world football. Africa stands proud, sending 10 of its strongest contingent to the global stage. From established giants to rising contenders, the continent stars are ready to showcase their talent, passion, and determination to billions around the world. For the debutants, this is more than a tournament. It's history in the making. New flags, new stories, and new heroes will emerge as they take their first steps onto football's greatest stage. The United States, Canada, and Mexico awaits the world to witness unforgettable moments, stunning goals, and the unifying power of the beautiful game. 48 teams, one trophy, endless possibilities. The FIFA World Cup 2026, where dreams become legends. It's time for the mundial.
One dream. For the first time in FIFA World Cup history, Africa will have 10 representatives at the tournament. And this is not just about participation. It is time Africa genuinely believes can actually produce a World Cup finalist or possibly a champion of the world. From Morocco's historic semi-final run in 2022 to Senegal's golden generation, from Ghana's exciting young stars to Ivory Coast's resurgence and South Africa's emotional return, the continent heads into 2026 with more depth, more talent, and more belief than ever before. So today on 54 Football X, we're breaking down all 10 teams that would be representing the African continent at the World Cup, but mainly focusing on the continent's biggest hopes: Morocco, Senegal, Ghana, Ivory Coast, and not forgetting South Africa. We'll look at their squad, stats, key players, strength, weakness, and realistic chance of going deep in the tournament. Can Africa eventually conquer the world? Morocco. Let's start with Africa's biggest hope in Morocco. In 2022, Morocco changed football forever by becoming the very first side to play in the semi-final of a FIFA World Cup, defeating Belgium, Spain, and Portugal in one of the greatest underdog runs football has ever seen in the round leather game. But here is the scary part: Morocco might actually be better now than they were in Qatar. During qualification for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, Morocco were absolutely dominant. 8 matches they played, 8 wins they had, 22 goals were scored, only conceding 2 goals in the process. That is ridiculous consistency. And according to FIFA statistics, Morocco are now unbeaten in 22 World Cup qualifiers since 2015. This is one of the greatest qualifying runs in African football history. This team is built differently. Defensively, they are elite. Tactically, they are disciplined. And individually, they have world-class players. Achraf Hakimi remains one of the best attacking fullbacks in football history. Yassine Bono is still among the best goalkeepers in the world. Sofiane Amrabat gives them aggression and control in midfield. And they are now even more creative with Brahim Diaz. What makes Morocco dangerous is balance. Most African teams in the past rely heavily on flair and athleticism. Morocco combines that with European tactical structure. They can defend deep, they can dominate possession, they can counter-attack, and most importantly, they no longer fear anybody. You did see that at the 2022 FIFA World Cup. But there's pressure now, yes, because they are no longer going to be seen as the underdog. Morocco were recently described as carrying a heavy burden of expectation because after 2022, the world now expect them to perform again. In Qatar, they shocked the world. In 2026, nobody will underestimate them anymore. Still, if there is any African team that can actually reach the semi-finals again, or even the final, Morocco has the best chance. Now, let's talk about Senegal, arguably the most complete squad in Africa. Some analysts actually believe Senegal have a stronger overall squad compared to Morocco right now. And honestly, it is hard to argue. Senegal qualified unbeaten. Physically, they are terrifying. Tactically, they are organized. And mentally, they believe they belong to one of the best teams in the world. Remember, this is the same country that actually shocked the defending champions France at the 2002 World Cup and reached the quarterfinals. Now, they return with even more depth. And offensively, Senegal have explosive attackers, the likes of Nicolas Jackson, Ismail Assar, and Iliman Ndiaye. Unlike previous African teams that have actually depended on one superstar, Senegal's strength is collective. Even with Sadio Mane aging, they still have quality everywhere. What makes Senegal dangerous is physical dominance. Against European teams, African sides have struggled, most times tactically or mentally. Senegal removes that disadvantage because they can actually be very physical and also try to overpower their elite opponent. They press aggressively, they transition quickly, and defensively, they're extremely hard to break down. The concern is the consistency in attack. Sometimes Senegal creates chances but fails to finish games early. And in knockout football, that can actually become very, very dangerous. Still, this squad has quarterfinal or even semi-final potential. Do not be surprised if Senegal becomes Africa's deepest team at this tournament. Ghana. Every African nation still remembers 2010, one penalty kick away from becoming Africa's first ever World Cup semi-finalist before heartbreak against Uruguay. That moment still hurts across the continent. But Ghana enters 2026 with a completely new generation. This team is younger, faster, more fearless, and far more attacking than previous Ghanaian squads. The star of this team appears to be Antoine Semenyo. He can dribble, he can score, he can create chances, and he thrives under pressure. And there is Thomas Partey, bringing experience and control in the midfield for the Black Stars of Ghana. Now, here is an underrated statistics. Jordan Ayew finished the qualification with 7 assists, the highest in the African qualifying series. This is to tell you that this team actually have something important. The Ghanaian team creates chances. The issue will be balanced. Defensively, Ghana can still become vulnerable against elite opponents. Sometimes they attack with too much freedom and leave spaces behind them. But tournament football is unpredictable, and Ghana might be Africa's ultimate wild card. If the Ghanaian attack catches fire at the World Cup, Ghana could become one of the most dangerous teams in the tournament. This is not a team that will play safe. This is a team that would attack fearlessly. So watch out for Ghana. And honestly, this makes them very, very exciting to watch. Next up, Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast might actually be Africa's most dangerous tournament team at this World Cup. During qualification, Ivory Coast went unbeaten and incredibly conceded 0 goals. 0. That defensive record is unbelievable. They also recorded the biggest victory in Africa World Cup qualifying history by defeating the team Seychelles by 9 goals to nothing. This team has power, speed, technique, and not forgetting belief. For this Ivory Coast team, Amad Diallo has become one of the most exciting young attackers in which you can look forward to in African football, and he would be thinking of taking the World Cup in his own stride. Frank Casey brings experience and leadership. Ibrahim Sangare tried to dominate the midfield battles for the Elephant of Ivory Coast, and Ousmane Diomande is imagined as one of Africa's best defenders. So one thing is sure you would love about this Ivory Coast team is the exact balance they bring to their side. Unlike the golden generation of Drogba and Yaya Toure, this squad feels more complete tactically, and they defend together and also attack together. They press aggressively and find the right transition quickly. But the only concern, if you think about this team, is the fact that they do not truly have an elite striker. But in tournament football, organization often matters more than superior names, and this Ivory Coast team looks extremely difficult to beat. And honestly, they could surprise a whole lot of people at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. For Bafana Bafana of South Africa, qualification itself already feels historic, especially in a group that included the Super Eagles of Nigeria. This is a country with massive football passion, finally returning to the biggest stage, the FIFA World Cup. And while South Africa may not possess the elite stars of Morocco, Senegal, or even Ivory Coast, they do have something very, very important, and that is discipline. This South African team know very well and for themselves that under Hugo Broos, South Africa has become organized, compact, and mentally resilient in their style of play. And we can also add that Reno Williams has developed into one of Africa's best shortstopper, and Tembo Mokoena controls the midfield brilliantly for the South African team. According to FIFA, South Africa once held Africa's record for consecutive World Cup qualifying wins between 1997 and 2001, a record Morocco recently matched. This is a proud football nation as they look forward to repeating the opening game of the 2010 World Cup against Mexico on June 11 at the start of this 2026 FIFA World Cup. The challenge for South Africa is goals, and that could actually prove very pivotal in this World Cup running. Against stronger teams, creating chances consistently could become very, very difficult at this World Cup. But tournament football rewards a defensive organization, and if South Africa frustrate opponents early in matches, they could become one of the best teams tournament surprise packages. Don't expect them to dominate games. It will be very difficult for you to see that from a South African team, but I absolutely expect them to be that side that would compete at this FIFA World Cup. For decades, Africa had talent, but now Africa also has elite coaching, not forgetting tactical structure, and also adding European level experience and belief. So what would be the gainsaying of all African teams at this FIFA World Cup? From all of us at 54 Football, we're supporting every African team and hoping that Africa would go far. Mike the point here for 54 Football.
It's South Africa's party, but it is Nigeria's to gate crash if they can. South Africa qualify for the World Cup if they win. Nigeria have kept plenty up. It just rebounded away of Apollos very solidly, but he's won it back. Apollos support from Foster. Apollos went for it himself. Foster claiming the rebound, and a very important save by Stanley Nwabali. Save, Alex.
First blow, Nigeria, obviously a brilliant save, as you said, from Nwabali there. Keeping it out, I think, straight at him, but the nerves could have got the better of him. South Africa will be the happier of the two sides after this opening 25 minutes.
Good ball on the near flank, and Kota trying to keep it in, and Lyle Foster scores for South Africa.
Unbelievable.
24 minutes played, and that might be the goal that sends the Bafana Bafana to the Americas.
That might be it. Nigeria, oh, that is difficult. I think even
Godwin had done very well to rescue it. Bassi trying to make his way through. Ademola Lookman. Dessa's waiting in the centre again. Smart ball. Opportunities for the cross. They're all up there! And Nigeria have tied it up! Calvin Bassi peeling away! Nigeria back on terms! Nigeria on song! And how they needed that to tie it up!
cometh the man, cometh the hour. Calvin Bassi. It doesn't matter how it goes in, but those Nigeria fans will be happy that it's gone in. 1-1 after a disappointing first half performance from the Super Eagles. Just in the nick of time before half time, they managed to get one back, and it is 1-1. A lovely floaty cross there into the area, and Calvin Bassi, I think, even getting a deflection off Dessa's there.
But here comes the break from Koto on the near side. This is how they managed to get their goal, and Koto went for it directly. Straight at Nwabali. That is a nice lift over before half-time. 1-1 it is at half-time in Bloemfontein. And Nigeria have that bit of hope that the path to the World Cup is still very much open to them. It might be necessary today. He's done well to score 2 in his first 5 internationals, and Tolu's on it here. And he's waiting for the cavalry to arrive, and that includes Lookman. Tolu bringing it through, still Tolu! That's the magic he can create!
Wow, give him the ball and he will create something. A lovely ball.
Oh, featured against Lesotho, that might... Oh, that's a great chip! Look at that! Out of nowhere! Almost a goal from 50 yards out! Fall for Dele Bashiru. Knocked away by Manyane of Kaiser Chiefs, and he's got it up to Lyle Foster. Lyle Foster on the way from an angle. He was well policed out by Calvin Bassi. And it ends all square in Bloemfontein.
Referee
from Chad, but what do you make of the South African lineup tonight? 2-2, and they've gone top of the table with Rwanda and Benin in second and third as the referee blows his whistle and we get underway. Nigeria playing in the all green colours, Africa in the yellow colours with green trim, and we'll see how the side starts here today. But already Nigeria on the attack with Iheanacho, playing it into the centre, looking for Iwobi in there, cut out by the man from Leicester City, who will take this free kick for the Super Eagles. Into the box it goes. It's a well floated free kick, looking for some service here. Nice little turn at the back post and put behind. He was trying to set it up for Lookman in the box. The referee is worried already because there might have been a clash of heads there. But that man, Onuachu, in the box as well. So too Lookman, fresh from his goal-scoring exploits for Atalanta Bergamo in Italy. Good turn. Number 10 on the ball is Dele Bashiru. He seems to be occupying a very important position in midfield. Now Iwobi sending it wide. What sort of opportunities are coming in? The shot is not well controlled. And over Williams' goal. And so that 8 assists for the side from Bergamo in Italy, who of course achieved great things in Europe. In Romania, that's the name they went by. Now that's a lovely ball to pick out Percy Tau. Reyna's making a good run, Mokwana as well. What sort of service is played behind both of them? Percy Tau did well, Mokwana picking up the loose pieces. Now what's on Mokwana? Oh, what a great shot, follow up, but has gone up, so back heel from Modiba. Now things are potentially on here. Zwane sending it wide. What sort of cross can come into the box? There are 3 men waiting in the center, waiting for some service. Are they going to get it? Zwane looking at his options. Now, Yaya with a lovely ball. Zwane again. Can he finish? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. What a goal that is. That is fantastic play. And Mshishi does it again. Goal number 12 in his 46th international. Hit the post twice last time he played on this ground, but no problem here. But how about that build-up work? Nothing that Nwabali could do. This is an outstanding goal. He scored 2 brilliant goals against Algeria in Bafana's last appearance in a friendly. But look at them here. An away goal in Oyo, and Mama Joy can't contain herself. That is a fantastic. Just have a look at it again here. Mshishi starts it all. Yaya with this pass. That pass is brilliant, but still a lot of work to do. And look how well he does it. He throws off both Bass.
The Super Eagles. A pesetau a ka intsha ka bonako a ba dira fela jalo ke tsa pene ke a kwala ba ba sireletsa tlhogo sekhutlho ene kere ke kwala ya bobedi fela a popo a re bone ka motsamai ke tota di nne motho a ka rialo fela Afrika Borwa kwa morago ya ga Bright a re bona Afrika Borwa go tswa jalo mrembula wa lebela tebogo a ba tsa kgela ba tshameka 1-2 bona mokwana a ka feleletsa ba thoko o ka bana tsela bana itlhaganetse a tlhoka lesego kgwele ba ba tshamekela Afrika Borwa botlhale gape fela mokwana ba le moga gore ba tlhatlhagile mase jaanong a re bona gore ba tla dira ka kgwele ba bona gore meriti ya wama e ka kwano uyo kgwele ba tsela ka ba go tshola ditene Afrika Borwa ba tla sireletsa jang fela ba ba kgona go tswa ka kgwele kwa morago Nigeria Afrika Borwa ba popota kwa morago fitlela ka jana fela potso ke gore ba tla kokotha go fitlela leng a re bone fela gore ba tla etsa ka tseleng tse ntšhang kgwele mona ka goga a ba goga ba iatela rona.
Haven't seen from them for quite a while. It's clear that this Hugo Broos project that he's taken on is starting to bear fruit now. But here go Nigeria. We know how dangerous they can be. Here's Lukman, who hasn't really had a look in as far as the match is concerned. But that's a brilliant cross in onto the head of Uanachu, and suddenly out of the blue Nigeria fashion a chance. Great save from Ronwen Williams. But this man from almost putting his side equal. It's an excellent cross from Lukman, and Onuachu winning it in the air.
4 Obokonna Fatalo Shikabala Tamegala Jalo Mohoyaya Arbone Sailor Mozi Abe Mutula Tolaga Baba Bamontilenya Kawana Alexandra Chuka Awobi Walibela Awobi Bata Mela Copilo Batala Anuacho Ono Molele Arbono Tadraga Kolaba Baba Fela Mopela Bagosola de Tene Kulata Nakati. Oh! Kapatatse Kamoto Fela. The Super Eagles Sababua Kwamurajo. Alice Janonga. Finny George. Onaite Catelani Morione. Bonagamota Moiketilenga. Torele Carabeta Mega Fela Jack Africa Morani Dira. Anuacho. Aratogala Motilanga Obi. Aiba Jalo Popela Poco Sola de Teni. Aratologa Capileo. Olua Fasiwa Oliwa Fisayo Aba Ratuloga Jalo Capileo Tele Alekale Kajadeno Super Eagles Baba Motelena Dimola Olivera Lukman Armano Talibakai Abata Rumela Lukman Senagalbasola de Tene Abayatarla Comara Ron Williams Abayatarla Comara Ron Williams with Bananaco Habana Liboni Arbone Pesitau Abating Bagosola de Tene Obatajalo Elias Abaratula Kamukale Abankulu Pakamutu El Africa Bora Oh Senagalbasola de Tene Bonaquila Pelican Koti Aba Africa Bora Batil Tajan Abayatarla Comara Ron Williams Africa Borello, Arbone line, wait a Megala Mogomuzi, Walbella Pesival, Abata Pideo, Kibona Kotifa, Abata Bricoteng Popo Williams, Rumela Ronoin, Tulaga Togo, Ebeta Magala Toko, Hotabaga Jalo, Swina Polos, Arbona Polos, Waba Peta, Olika Batapata, Abaiba Toko, Pesitau. Oh. a itsilene ba o tla mmetsa pese go na le maphosa a ba ntsha ka botlhale ba e tshameka 1-2 ke bona kotsifa e be itakota e kgabaganyang Afrika Borwa ba nnile le segopa ba timo ba Afrika Borwa ba nnile le Afrika Borwa tse di phetogo tse di se ka sepe a e ba jalo mo tseleng ya up to o le ka le ba le bagana jalo le seila a re bona inyedi a ba romela batho.
On Tuesday afternoon, Nigeria will play against Benin. That match on Monday, so there's not too much time to recover. The referee signalling a wide. He's become a cricket umpire. And I think he's just... Referee from Chad, but what do you make of the South African lineup tonight?
Once fela jalo mothoetso re goroge ke petsa ditlhopha tse peditse jaaka o bona le bala le tletse gotlhelele setlhopha sa Afrika Borwa Ronald Williams a ba eteletse pele fela jaaka gale bontse
and they've gone top of the table with Rwanda and Benin in second and third as the referee blows his whistle and we get underway. Nigeria playing in the all green colours, South Africa in the yellow colours with green trim, and we'll see how the side starts here today, but already Nigeria on the attack with Iheanacho, playing it into the centre, looking for Iwobi in there, cut out by the man from Leicester City, who will take this free kick for the Super Eagles. Into the box it goes, it's a well-floated free kick, looking for some service here. Nice little turn at the back post and put behind. He was trying to set it up for Lukman in the box. The referee is worried already because there might have been a clash of heads there. But that man, Onuachu, in the box as well. So too Lukman, fresh from his goal-scoring exploits for Atalanta Bergamo in Italy. Good turn. Number 10 on the ball is Dele Bashiru, who seems to be occupying a very important position in midfield. Now Iwobi, sending it wide. What sort of opportunities are coming in? The shot is not well controlled. And over Williams' goal. And so that 8 assists for the side from Bergamo in Italy, who of course achieved great things in Europe. In Romania, that's the name they went by. Now that's a lovely ball to pick out Percy Tau. Reyna's making a good run, Mokwana as well. What sort of service is played behind both of them? Percy Tau did well, Mokwana picking up the loose pieces. Now what's on Mokwana? Oh, what a great shot, follow up, but the offside flags has gone up, so back.
Exciting time. It's wonderful to be back in camp again. Obviously, it's a new squad, different places, a lot of new faces, but the preparation has been good. All the new guys have settled in. We've done amazing work throughout the week. We're just looking forward to get the job done tomorrow. We know how important this game is and what it can do for the qualification for the World Cup. And this is a next step for our objective, which is to be at the World Cup. So everything has been going well, and the hard work as well that the guys have put in this week has been amazing. You know, the new guys, the new faces, they've settled in very well, and you know they've taken the challenge with both hands, and hopefully some of them can get an opportunity to play.
For us, we have to win the game tomorrow. We know that. And the way we will try to do it, I can't tell you. But what makes me happy is that I see a very motivated group. And all the boys know that also for them, it should be a highlight in their career to go to America, Mexico, or Canada next year. So, and I know they will fight for it from the first minute, from the first second, and for every square meter to beat Lesotho tomorrow. So, I think we are ready.
When the world comes together under one roof and speaks the same language, there can only be one common factor: football. Reaching a historic milestone with 48 nations competing on football's grandest stage, the biggest tournament in football history. It's the 2026 FIFA World Cup. From football powerhouses to fearless newcomers, every nation arrives with one dream: to lift the most coveted trophy in world football. Africa stands proud, sending 10 of its strongest contingent to the global stage. From established giants to rising contenders, the continent stars are ready to showcase their talent, passion, and determination to billions around the world. For the debutants, this is more than a tournament. It's history in the making. New flags, new stories, and new heroes will emerge as they take their first steps onto football's greatest stage. The United States, Canada, and Mexico awaits the world to witness unforgettable moments, stunning goals, and the unifying power of the beautiful game. 48 teams, one trophy, endless possibilities. The FIFA World Cup 2026, where dreams become legends. It's time for the mundial. When the world comes together under one roof and speaks the same language, there can only be one common factor: football. Reaching a historic milestone with 48 nations competing on football's grandest stage, the biggest tournament in football history. It's the 2026 FIFA World Cup. From football powerhouses to fearless newcomers, every nation arrives with one dream: to lift the most coveted trophy in world football. Africa stands proud, sending 10 of its strongest contingent to the global stage. From established giants to rising contenders, the continent stars are ready to showcase their talent, passion, and determination to billions around the world. For the debutants, this is more than a tournament. It's history in the making. New flags, new stories, and new heroes will emerge as they take their first steps onto football's greatest stage. The United States, Canada, and Mexico awaits the world to witness unforgettable moments, stunning goals, and the unifying power of the beautiful game. 48 teams, one trophy, endless possibilities. The FIFA World Cup 2026, where dreams become legends. It's time for the mundial. When the world comes together under one roof and speaks the same language, there can only be one common factor: football. Reaching a historic milestone with 48 nations competing on football's grandest stage, the biggest tournament in football history. It's the 2026 FIFA World Cup. From football powerhouses to fearless newcomers, every nation arrives with one dream: to lift the most coveted trophy in world football. Africa stands proud, sending 10 of its strongest contingent to the global stage. From established giants to rising contenders, the continent stars are ready to showcase their talent, passion, and determination to billions around the world. For the debutants, this is more than a tournament. It's history in the making. New flags, new stories, and new heroes will emerge as they take their first steps onto football's greatest stage. The United States, Canada, and Mexico awaits the world to witness unforgettable moments, stunning goals, and the unifying power of the beautiful game. 48 teams, one trophy, endless possibilities. The FIFA World Cup 2026, where dreams become legends. It's time for the mundial. When the world comes together under one roof and speaks the same language, there can only be one common factor: football. Reaching a historic milestone with 48 nations competing on football's grandest stage, the biggest tournament in football history. It's the 2026 FIFA World Cup. From football powerhouses to fearless newcomers, every nation arrives with one dream: to lift the most coveted trophy in world football. Africa stands proud, sending 10 of its strongest contingent to the global stage. From established giants to rising contenders, the continent stars are ready to showcase their talent, passion, and determination to billions around the world. For the debutants, this is more than a tournament. It's history in the making. New flags, new stories, and new heroes will emerge as they take their first steps onto football's greatest stage. The United States, Canada, and Mexico awaits the world to witness unforgettable moments, stunning goals, and the unifying power of the beautiful game. 48 teams, one trophy, endless possibilities. The FIFA World Cup 2026, where dreams become legends. It's time for the mundial. When the world comes together under one roof and speaks the same language, there can only be one common factor: football. Reaching a historic milestone with 48 nations competing on football's grandest stage, the biggest tournament in football history. It's the 2026 FIFA World Cup. From football powerhouses to fearless newcomers, every nation arrives with one dream: to lift the most coveted trophy in world football. Africa stands proud, sending 10 of its strongest contingent to the global stage. From established giants to rising contenders, the continent stars are ready to showcase their talent, passion and determination to billions around the world. For the debutants, this is more than a tournament. It's history in the making. New flags, new stories, and new heroes will emerge as they take their first steps onto football's greatest stage. The United States, Canada, and Mexico awaits the world to witness unforgettable moments, stunning goals, and the unifying power of the beautiful game. 48 teams, one trophy, endless possibilities. The FIFA World Cup 2026, where dreams become legends. It's time for the mundial. When the world comes together under one roof and speaks the same language, there can only be one common factor: football. Reaching a historic milestone with 48 nations competing on football's grandest stage, the biggest tournament in football history. It's the 2026 FIFA World Cup. From football powerhouses to fearless newcomers, every nation arrives with one dream: to lift the most coveted trophy in world football. Africa stands proud, sending 10 of its strongest contingent to the global stage. From established giants to rising contenders, the continent stars are ready to showcase their talent, passion, and determination to billions around the world. For the debutants, this is more than a tournament. It's history in the making. New flags, new stories, and new heroes will emerge as they take their first steps onto football's greatest stage. The United States, Canada, and Mexico awaits the world to witness unforgettable moments, stunning goals, and the unifying power of the beautiful game. 48 teams, one trophy, endless possibilities. The FIFA World Cup 2026, where dreams become legends. It's time for the mundial. When the world comes together under one roof and speaks the same language, there can only be one common factor: football. Reaching a historic milestone with 48 nations competing on football's grandest stage, the biggest tournament in football history. It's the 2026 FIFA World Cup. From football powerhouses to fearless newcomers, every nation arrives with one dream: to lift the most coveted trophy in world football. Africa stands proud, sending 10 of its strongest contingent to the global stage. From established giants to rising contenders, the continent stars are ready to showcase their talent, passion, and determination to billions around the world. For the debutants, this is more than a tournament. It's history in the making. New flags, new stories, and new heroes will emerge as they take their first steps onto football's greatest stage. The United States, Canada, and Mexico awaits the world to witness unforgettable moments, stunning goals, and the unifying power of the beautiful game. 48 teams, one trophy, endless possibilities. The FIFA World Cup 2026, where dreams become legends. It's time for the mundial.
The World Cup 2026, where FIFA they arrange night on land for inside Obodom, Mexico, United States of America and Canada. As we see the FIFA.
Alrighty. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're excited for tonight. History is just about to be made right before our eyes. And for the next 2 hours or so, you're going to hear us flow like rocky water as we bring to you the best of live football without having to stutter. It's going to be smooth like the blend of bread spread with butter, because if others are hot right here, we always try to be hotter. So if you're married, you're free to call your wife, your son and daughter to join you and hear the lovely sounds altar as we give it to you in full and not a quarter. Right here on this stage, I'll produce more excitement than the movie Harry Potter. Right now, I'm not just your host, I feel like I'm also a reporter, giving you some freestyle stuff without reading from any jota. So tell your friends about us, including those that stay in Ojota, that were live at Bature Breweries for the opening fixture of the 2026 World Cup, USA, Mexico, and Canada 2026. And history is just about to be made, as for the very first time ever, we're having the same opening fixture for the FIFA World Cup. The Mexican fans are excited to be here, surely. And I love the atmosphere already at this stage. Beautiful to see, as the case is. Just feels like we're in the stadium already with the atmosphere. And I feel like saying, Mexican fans, make some noise! The El Trio of Mexico are ready to win another opening fixture in the FIFA World Cup. Mexico have won 5 of their last 7 opening games in the FIFA World Cup, dating back to USA 94. And it's great to have the fans aplenty here supporting El Trio of Mexico as they get ready to battle Bafana Bafana of South Africa in this massive clash. Well, I'm excited to be here alongside a legend of Nigerian football. My name is Chuma Noli, by the way, from Nigeria and for Ankule FM Lagos. And I'm delighted to be in the company of a woman who has won continental championships with Nigeria. Or she has been crowned African champions with the Super Falcons of Nigeria 4 times in the past. And she finished as the top scorer in the 2014 Women's Africa Cup of Nations. Well, her brilliance in football took her to places like France, Germany, and also even China. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to be by the side of the one and only Desire Opanozie. Make some noise for her already. Thank you very much. Desire, good to see you, man.
Good to see you too, Chuma. Thank you for that amazing introduction. Thank you, Chuma. It's an absolute pleasure doing this with you.
Always a delight doing this with you, Desire Opanozie, and we're here to enjoy a historic moment in history. The Mexico City Stadium with over 70,000 fans in the stands. We're just about to see the opening game of the biggest ever World Cup. 48 countries taking part in this one. And South Africa and Mexico have the privilege of restarting proceedings just like they did when we had the World Cup in South Africa in 2010. And that one ended in a 1-1 draw. This could be a chance for us to see a victor or a victim in a game that will not lead to eviction. It's still early days and we're having the national anthem for South Africa. Desire, they are a country that stopped Nigeria from qualifying for the World Cup as they were in the same group with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Does that cause a bit of bad blood for you on your mind?
Well, I beg to differ. Did they really stop Nigeria from going to the World Cup? We had more than 2 chances to come to this tournament, but we blew it up. But be that as it may, South Africa, they had a very good run. Even after the 3 points deduction during the qualifying series, they still found a way to, top their group, and they are here now. So, great ambassador of Africa. I hope they will put up a very good fight tonight and, make Africa proud.
Oh, we're seeing their coach, Hugo Bruce. Do we have fans of South Africa in the building? If you're supporting South Africa, make some noise! Fantastic stuff. I thought that we only had fans of Mexico here, but I'm excited to see South Africans in the building as well too. We wish you Bafana Bafana the very best of luck in this fixture. And this is the 4th World Cup appearance for South Africa, who made their debut in France 1998. And Bafana Bafana, by the way, have never qualified out of the group stage of the World Cup. Maybe you guys can do that for the very first time this year. So it's going to be certainly so much fun watching this side, who are ranked as number 60 in the world by FIFA. You want to compare that to Mexico, who are number 15 in the world. Desire Opanozie. Looks like on paper Mexico should be favorites for sure.
Of course, on paper, but I've been a very strong believer of ranking doesn't play football. So it's a game of two teams, and whoever comes out on top comes out on top. FIFA ranking means nothing to me. It's about what you put out on the field, and I think today is going to be one of those days where the lowest ranked team will put up a good fight to actually rattle the highest ranked team and all of that. So I'm excited to see a very entertaining encounter this evening, and then we'll see how it goes at the end of the day.
No doubt about it, as we also do have the Mexican national anthem taking place right now. Well, we're streaming live on YouTube. You can watch what's happening here live on YouTube via vivxsports. vivxsports. Every single time an African nation is playing a football match, we come around to support the best of Africa. And tonight is not just a watch along for us, it's a watch party. We're ready for the fun that this will have to offer us for sure. Delighted to be here as we enjoy the national anthem of Mexico, the nation hosting this competition. Mexico, by the way, making some history for themselves too. They are the first country to host 3 World Cups. They hosted the World Cup in 1970, 1986, and now in 2026 as co-hosts alongside USA, Mexico, and Canada. That's the blend, really. It's also the first time we're seeing 3 countries co-host the World Cup. We saw 2 nations have the privilege of doing this in Korea, Japan 2002. But Desire is just a reminder that this competition is getting bigger and bigger. As at USA 94, we had only 24 countries. Now that USA is co-hosting again in 2026, we have 48 countries.
Amazing. That goes to show how big the tournaments have become over the years, and how it's grown from what it used to be to what it is today. 48 teams is incredible. It's massive, and I'm glad we have 10 representatives from Africa. This is actually the first time, and this goes to show that it's football is a big spectrum. I keep saying that, and it will continue to grow. Who knows the next 4 years? Who knows what we're going to see? Maybe more teams coming to play at this tournament. This is the biggest single sporting event in the world, and this goes to show how big it is and how amazing it has grown over the years.
No doubt about it. Bafana Bafana, South Africa, made up of quite a handful of players who play in the South African League. There are several players in this setup who are stars for Sundowns of South Africa, a team who are currently African champions in club football. They beat Asfar of Morocco in the final of the CAF Champions League to emerge as African champions in 2026. And right now, these stars at club level will be ready to shine for their national team. By the way, for these players, it's their first ever World Cup. South Africa have not been at the World Cup since they hosted the tournament in 2010. So for these players, all of them on the pitch, they are making their debut in the World Cup for South Africa. And I'm wondering if that could be something scary. One more time, if you're here supporting South Africa tonight, make some noise! Fantastic stuff. How about the fans of Mexico? Make some noise! You people are many, and you're Nigerians, many of you. Well, our South African friends here, you know why? Because you guys qualified for the World Cup and Nigeria Super Eagles did not qualify. That's why they're supporting Mexico, these guys,
Hate watch.
Yeah, they're here to banter you guys big time at the end of the fixture. But I wish Bafana Bafana the very best of luck in this. But if you're watching us via the live stream right now via vivxsports, please drop your comments over there. And we'll be reading those comments of yours, myself, alongside the legend Desire Partners here to carry along throughout the course of this fixture. And there'll be so much more to come as the World Cup goes on until the 19th of July, when we have the final to find out which team will emerge as world champions. Well, there are several high-profile names on that list, but before we get there, let's look at the star players on the pitch for these 2 national teams. El Trio of Mexico have goalkeeper Rangel in between the sticks. It's what looks like a 4-1 formation for the Mexican side, who are making their 18th appearance in the World Cup. And in fact, they seem to enjoy it every time they host this competition. They always find a way to get to the quarter-final stage. They did that in 1970 and 1986. They'll like to do that in 2026 for sure. And they have Reyes holding on as the right full back for this side, with Gallardo playing from that left-hand side of defense. Montes and Vasquez hold on as centre-backs, with the brilliance of Lira shielding that back four and just supporting the 4 men who are ahead of him. and who are the cast behind Raul Jimenez, the player for Fulham in England. He's the point man for Mexico tonight. He's 35 years of age these days, and this perhaps could be his final World Cup for El Tri of Mexico. He has supporting him Alvarado, Gutierrez, Fidalgo, and Quinones. As the center referee from Brazil is ready to have the right zeal to seal the deal, as these two nations want to ensure that they heal from past issues at the World Cup. This is a chance to write on a brand new chapter and take themselves to higher levels of success. South Africa are playing with a formation that looks like a 5-3-2 formation. 5 men in defense with Mudau and Modiba playing as wing backs. They wouldn't mind going forward where necessary, of course, to support that midfield setup. Watson Mbokazi, who plays in the USA, alongside CBC and, well, Nigerians who are supporting Mexico. Think again, because we have a certain Nigerian playing for South Africa. His name is Akpan. He's from Akwa Ibom State, but he's playing for South Africa tonight. So he's in that defensive lineup for Bafana Bafana. He plays for Hanover in Germany, and certainly comes to the fore in that back line for this Bafana Bafana setup, where there's Adams, Chitole, and Mokoena who are in that midfield. We have to watch out for the presence of Reynas and the star man for South Africa in attack, Lars Foster. Well, Foster plays for Burnley in England. Desire, looking at that starting 11, these two teams don't have the biggest names in world football, but certainly will be relying on their star strikers. Lars Foster playing in England, and of course that man Raul Jimenez, who also plays in England too, the 2-point men for both South Africa and Mexico. They are the stars for the national teams, I guess.
Yeah, they are definitely the stars playing in the biggest league in the world, in England, and they are going to bring in their experience, and the two teams would definitely depend on them to deliver, and we'll wait to see what they will bring tonight, and I'm very excited to actually see how they will make that happen.
Oh, the action has kicked off officially. It's history in the making for us, as only for the first time ever we're having the same fixture opening a FIFA World Cup, just like it was 16 years ago in South Africa 2010, when we had South Africa versus Mexico. This time around in 2016, we're having Mexico versus South Africa. The game is up and running in front of tens of thousands of fans. We're ready for some pulsating action. And we're here to describe the drama for you as it unfolds. Surely Reyes with that possession for Mexico from the right-hand side. They go towards the center, back to that man Vasquez, who partners Montes in the center-backs pairing. And Mexico will go forward to that left-hand channel, back again to Vasquez. They're taking their time to size South Africa up at the beginning of this. Vasquez one more time. He goes to Calado. Just in front of him is Quinones. But El Tri of Mexico making their 18th appearance in the World Cup. They have played as many as 16 matches in the World Cup. They're the team with the highest number of games in this tournament without winning the World Cup. Their first appearance was in the inaugural edition in 1930. So they have been regulars in this tournament. And El Tri will try to come forward, but South Africa will stop that one. Surely the presence of Mokoena will be a galvanizing factor for them as they go to Mudau. Back to their goalkeeper, Ronwen Williams. Williams, the goalkeeper for the African champion Sundowns. He's also in his 30s, one of the most experienced players in this setup. Was voted as the goalkeeper of the tournament in the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations, ahead of Nigeria Stanley Nwabali. A competition that took place in 2024. Back to Ronwen Williams, one of the best goalkeepers on the African continent for the last 5 years or so. And Desire Partners, it looks like the two teams are just taking their time. They're going with that line, slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah, and from the beginning you could see what South Africa are trying to do. They are very defensive conscious. We've seen that, and then one thing they've done very well. This is 3 minutes into the game. The moment they won the ball, I had hoped that playing defensively, once they win the ball, they are going to rely on counter. But we've not seen any of that. What they've done very well is try to keep possession, which is very good, and I think it's going to help them going deep into this game. So good start from South Africa so far.
Building up to the World Cup, South Africa played a friendly fixture against Jamaica. That game ended in a 1-1 draw. They've not, unlike some other nations, they've not played too many friendly matches in this month of June before the World Cup. Just one, and that was on the 6th of June. Free kick for Mexico, L3. They would like to get victory. They would like to unravel the mystery. They would like to cause South Africa misery, and they would like to make history. But it's still early days, of course. Ronwen Williams. Just checking that goal post of his. It's going to be an indirect free kick, this one for sure. From just about 30 yards out or so. Well, several players in the mix. Gutierrez, one of those. Alvarado as well, too. The team playing from left to right, South Africa. Playing from right to left. Defending that free kick astutely. And none of the two sides have tested either goalkeeper so far. Throwing for L3 of Mexico. Well, it's a World Cup that may not have Nigerian Super Eagles on the pitch, but it does have Nigerian connection around the place. Burna Boy of Nigeria alongside Shakira sang the official song for the World Cup. And also on the World Cup album, we have several Nigerians there, just like Rema, Davido and the likes. Mexico! What a save by goalkeeper Ronwen Williams. Fans of Mexico, make some noise! Bad Bele fans. What a strike that was. These are partners here from the superstar for this team. That man from Fulham.
What a strike that was. Good technique. I mean, that wasn't an easy kick, but then the ball came, the way he positioned himself, the technique was quite amazing, and good save from Williams, by the way.
And the corner kick is taken by Mexico. South Africa struggling to clear their lines here. Bafana Bafana coming under a bit of pressure as Mexico are searching for the treasure. Finally, they could have a bit of respite right now. It could be the chance for the man, Lyle Foster. Bafana Bafana coming forward. Lovely interchange of passes. Here they come. The team on yellow. And the ball is back to goalkeeper Rangel. Well, Foster could not get the right connection to that for sure.
Yeah, definitely a miscommunication there. Foster thought the forward player would, run into that space for that ball. But then again, it was a very good breakthrough.
Oh, just watching one more time that replay of the fantastic strike from Raul Jimenez. The 35-year-old striker is showing us that the older the wine, the sweeter it is. Trying to be the star man for L3 of Mexico here tonight. And goalkeeper Ronwen Williams had to make that save to ensure that Bafana Bafana are still in the mix. They will have the possession. The team on all yellow, ready to say hello. They're not ready to lay low as the case is. What's happening to South Africa? The passes are not connecting. It looks like they're falling under the occasion. The fact that we have thousands of fans supporting Mexico, just maybe that fear and trepidation, the nerves have gotten to SA at the start.
Just maybe that could be it. Maybe they're still trying to settle into the game, and I think they are going to get their rhythm with time. But I hope it doesn't take too much time for them to get their footings on this game.
Oh, you're just going to see that after the rhythm comes the blues. But so far, these teams are yet to give us the right clues. Both of them are not ready to lose, but they have not shown us why. Oh, we should see goals yet in the early exchanges right here. 7 minutes of action so far. Mexico 0, South Africa 0. Opening fixture of USA, Mexico, and Canada 2026. The 23rd FIFA World Cup tournament that started in 1930. Mexico come forward right now. Surely the presence of Gallardo stopped by Mudau. Mudau is one of those players for Sundowns of South Africa. He has been a consistent feature for this team over the years. Sundowns, of course, took part in the FIFA Club World Cup last year. They had a good showing, I must say. Got knocked out in the group stage too, but we're not embarrassed even when they took on Borussia Dortmund of Germany at a point. And Mudau was amongst the high-profile players for that team in the setup. Tonight he will be keen to help his side achieve success. And just watching goalkeeper Ronwen Williams about to restart play for South Africa. Just to remind you, South Africa are playing from right to left with the all-yellow outfit. Mudau has the ball for them. Mexico playing from left to right. It's all green on their screen. Green and the white shot, that is. Maybe that's why some Nigerians are supporting Mexico, because it reminds them of the jersey of the Super Eagles. Possession back with L3. And well, they're going to switch play from the right side to that left-hand channel. Surely, Gallardo. Just reminding me of a song that was sung by Ron Town so many years ago. Ron Town and Davido. Gallardo, something like that. And we have a Mexican star on the pitch going by the name Gallardo. I'm sure he's going to be glad, though, if his team wins in this. And we're just watching the coach of Mexico. This is his third time as coach of this side. He was reappointed in 2024 and he led them to win the Gold Cup in North America. South Africa messing things up in defense. And it has come finally. Took just 9 minutes to see the opening goal in the 2026 World Cup. And that has come off the boots of the brilliance of Quinones. It was a strike as sharp as an arrow. It went beyond the goalkeeper, even if the space was narrow. Right now for Mexico, they are getting to the height of Mount Kilimanjaro. Quinones with that finish, and we have the opening goal of the World Cup. Mexico 1, South Africa 0. Well, South Africa with the blunder, and Mexico were there to put asunder. Now Bafana Bafana are under. And Quinones said thank you so much as he puts that one between the legs of goalkeeper Ronwen Williams. In 2010, they conceded first. In 2026, they have scored first.
Well, I mean, that was a very costly mistake to make in front of your defense line. And I guess he was too relaxed receiving that ball from that position. It shouldn't happen. Williams should have, played that ball out. But then when you make that kind of mistake in that area, you get punished for it. And that's exactly what the Mexican strikers have done.
We spoke about the nerves. We spoke about the nerves. A bit of trepidation on the minds of South Africa. It's not easy. They have more of the fans in the stadium chanting against them than for them. So that tension, as we love to call it in these parts of the world, actually led to that blunder. And of course, Mexico were there to put asunder. Able to strike like thunder, that man Quinones, as he gives his side the lead. In 2010 in South Africa, it was Shabalala who scored the opening goal of the World Cup for South Africa. And Mexico have said, what is good for the goose is good for the gander, even if it's in Uganda. Well, this is not propaganda, by the way. It's just serious business on the pitch. These are our partners here.
I remember that goal. It was a beauty, though.
Really was. And that famous commentary from Peter Drury when he said, goal for Africa. Because all of the continent celebrated at that time. Hugo Bruce, the coach of Bafana Bafana, has qualified them for the World Cup for the first time since 2010, when they hosted that tournament. And now El Trio of Mexico. Let me check something. Fans of Mexico, make some noise! I know. You guys are happy. Let's see if our brothers and sisters from SA are still here. Fans of South Africa, make some noise! It's good to see you guys have not lost your voice. You still have the right choice to rejoice. And that could happen as the game progresses for sure. As El Trio of Mexico have the possession right now. That defensive lineup of theirs. Montes alongside Vasquez. Thank you so much, Sammy Bam. We did Bam, my brother. Long ball for Mexico towards that left-hand side. Quinones will see the Fulham man. And Raul Jimenez chased that ball. But Jimenez could not get to that in time. Mudau with the clearance. Throwing for Mexico. Mexico were champions of the CONCACAF Gold Cup, as I said, which is the Nations Cup for the North and Central African region. North and Central American region, I should say. Little wonder they are ranked as the 15th best national team in the world by FIFA. So they would have this corner kick right now. Will be from that left-hand side of attack. Ball launched through. And Ronwen Williams will not be troubled. He saves that right. The goalkeeper for Sundowns. As we see the president of FIFA, Gianni Infantino, in the stadium watching this. It's been a World Cup that has given us several talking points already. The best referee from Africa, a referee from Somalia, was denied entry into the USA. He wasn't given a visa to get into the USA for the World Cup, so he had to go back to his country, Somalia, and will not have the privilege of officiating in the World Cup, despite being the best referee from Africa. Also, the challenge around Iran as a nation too. Iran will be playing their 3 group matches in the USA, but they are not allowed to sleep over in the USA. They have to sleep in Mexico and then play their matches in the USA and travel back to Mexico to lay their heads.
Well, I think this is crazy, really. And I also think FIFA haven't really handled this in the best possible way, because it's a 3-nation tournament, right? In the case of the referee, if he cannot officiate the games in America, I mean, they should have reassigned him to either go to Mexico or Canada to officiate. So I think FIFA on their part didn't really do well in that aspect.
The center referee went back to Somalia a few days back and had a hero's welcome for him. But surely it's going to be a bitter experience that he had the chance to be on the grandest stage in world football and missed out, not because he's not a good referee, but just because his country is one of those countries not given easy access to the USA. And South Africa will surely try to fight back in this one. Bafana Bafana made their debut in the World Cup in 1998 in France. And that was the first time, by the way, that Africa had 5 countries in the World Cup. France 1998. And it remained that way for the African continent. 5 teams in Korea, Japan 2002. 5 teams in Germany 2006. And then Africa, for the first time ever, had 6 teams in South Africa 2010. 5 teams qualified, plus South Africa as hosts. And that very year, well, we saw only one of those 6 teams progress out of the group stage, and that was the Black Stars of Ghana. Now Africa has 10 countries in the World Cup for the first time ever. And the big question is, how far can Africa's representatives go in this World Cup? What do you think, Desire?
Well, I think we'll go as far as it takes. The last World Cup, Morocco, they went all the way to the semi-final. Yeah. And I'm also, banking on them to replicate what they've done in the last World Cup, because when you look at what they've done in Africa over the years, they've invested so much, and I think this is the time for them to reap all the investment they put through over the years, and I think they are going to go all the way to make Africa proud in this year's edition.
Or just going to the live stream. I'll be reading your comments shortly via the live stream. It's vivxsports. We're streaming live via YouTube. You can watch that, by the way, and drop your comments too. Mudal with the ball for South Africa right now from that right-hand channel. A chance for a cross. They'll decide to come to the center. They will love to take shots on goal and hope that that one does enter. And I'm here to describe the action for them because I'm a presenter. They will come now towards that left-hand channel. That's where Lars Foster decides to drift towards sometimes in this 5-3-2 formation for them. The team on yellow have committed a foul. And we see the first yellow card in the World Cup. It's going to go to the starman Mokoena of South Africa. Perhaps you want to take your pen and paper to write down some of these names, because who knows, you may be asked in a quiz and have a chance to win some money or something. Who got the first yellow card in the 2026 World Cup? Or who scored the first goal in the 2026 World Cup? They say something that Desire Parnaze can connect with, because she has scored goals aplenty for Nigeria's Super Falcons in international tournaments in the past. And also, she had multiple appearances in the FIFA Women's World Cup. I should have added that part at the start. Well, in all of your years playing football, Desire, did you ever have cause to play for Nigeria against Mexico in any match?
Yes, of course. The Under-20 World Cup, in Japan, 2012. I think it was the quarterfinal game against Mexico. We played till 120 minutes, and guess who scored the winning goal?
I suspect it's a woman just by my left-hand side.
Yeah. So I think that header came at about 116 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Thereabout, yeah.
Incredible stuff, really. So you know what it feels like to score a goal against Mexico. at under 20 level, and South Africa will be hoping to score a goal against Mexico tonight after doing what they did in South Africa 2010. That was 16 years ago. The past is a mystery. Today is a chance to make history for themselves. They'd like to unravel that for sure. The ball all the way back to goalkeeper Rangel for L3 of Mexico. We've seen just about 19 minutes of action so far, and it's Mexico 1, South Africa 0 in this opening fixture of the 2026 World Cup. Goalkeeper Ronwen Williams has it for Bafana Bafana. Has options by his left and right. Could go to Okon or Mbokazi. But Ronwen Williams who prefers instead to launch the ball into Mexican territory. La Foster was trying to get to it but was not successful. L3 will get the possession again. Alvaro just running forward from this right-hand channel. Mexico trying to set for a chance to create another opportunity for a goal. It's all the way back to that man Reyes for them from the right-hand flank. L3! And the strike and goal, that one off target. Not the best of finishes in the world, and some Nigerians who are supporting Mexico are already shouting, go ball, go ball, go ball. You know, somebody's going to say you guys should eat chicken. Stop beef. Stop beefing South Africa.
Well, it's football banter. It's allowed. It's allowed.
That's goalkeeper Ochoa. He's making his 6th appearance in the FIFA World Cup. He's one of only 3 players to appear in 6 World Cups. And guess who are the other 2 players? Well, they are 2 of the greatest of them all. Lisa, you want to help me, right?
It's easy. I mean, it's easy. When you say 2 of the greatest, who else? If not Messi and Ronaldo.
Indeed, Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, and goalkeeper Ochoa are the only players ever to appear in 6 World Cups. Of course, Cristiano Ronaldo of Portugal is the first player to score in 5 different World Cups. Germany 2006, South Africa 2010, Brazil 2014, Russia 2018, and Qatar 2022. Ronaldo tried to score against Nigeria last night, though he did not succeed. And Mexico regained the possession. And this defensive lineup of theirs, Montes is quite a confident lad. Montes. You just look at the quality of this man. And you have to respect what he brings to the fore. 29 years of age. Mudau committing what I think is a foul there. Free kick for Mexico, this will be. He plays for Lokomotiv Moscow. That man, Cesar Montes. Lokomotiv Moscow, a team in Russia. And Russia, by the way, are not in this World Cup. They have been suspended from international football by FIFA, courtesy of their current war with Ukraine. So much happening around the world at this time. So much happening around Mexico too, who are going to come forward again from this right-hand side. Cross from that territory. Bafana Bafana desperate to clear their lines. Someone is screaming, clear the ball! They're going to clear for you, don't worry. Roberto Carlos, Cafu. These are players who featured for Brazil when they won the World Cup in Korea, Japan 2002. By the way, Cafu is the only player in history to appear and play in 3 different World Cups. He played for 3 different World Cup finals, I should say. He was in the final of the World Cup for Brazil when they beat Italy to emerge as world champions in USA 1994. He was in the final of the World Cup for Brazil. South Africa come forward now from the right-hand side. A chance. Lau Foster is in the center. But that cross was not good enough. And the L3 of Mexico clear their lines. That was a bit of a scary moment, Desire, for Mexico.
Yeah, it was a bit of a scary moment. The goalkeeper should have dealt with that ball, you know, coming all the way to covering that distance to come and clear that ball. You should punch it hard, far away from, you know, off the field, if you will. And then, you know, just leaving it on the foot of the opposing player is very risky, and that should have cost them.
Oh, we've just seen another Yellow card shown. It's to Gutierrez. The second yellow card in this fixture for a foul on Mokoena, who was going forward from that right-hand channel for Bafana Bafana. And I was just talking about, watching that replay again. Goalkeeper Rana of Rangel of Mexico, unable to get to the ball in time. But there's a bit of pressure coming his way from Reyna's. But Reyna could not reign in that terrain. South Africa have a free kick. Mokoena will be taking this. Mokoena already has a yellow card in this fixture. And the Mamelodi Sundowns man, 29 years of age, will be set to take this. Lyle Foster of Burnley amongst the players in the penalty area of Mexico, hoping to get the right connection to this cross. This could be a chance for Bafana Bafana. Mokoena launches the cross through Mokoena, headed out by Mexico. Possession remains with the team ranked as number 60 in the world by FIFA in football. L3. That's trying to clear their lines. The man who scored the first goal of this World Cup had to come back to help his side defend. Quinones. And we've seen 25 minutes of action so far. We're live at Bature Breweries on Itamian Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. And we're also live on YouTube through vivxsports. As we have the water break, it's really hot in that part of the world at this time. So this is going to be a regular feature for us at the World Cup, having the water break. Once in the first half, once in the second half. And these players have to drink some water so they don't have cause to stutter. Because if you thought that South Africa were hot, well, Mexico are showing that they are hotter. And I'm happy to be by the side of somebody's daughter in Desire Paranazi for this coverage tonight.
The rhyme master. Well done, well done.
Thank you so much, legend. As we get ready to return to the action, I will be running over to our YouTube live stream to read some of your comments over there. Keep them coming in. What do you think will be the final score of this match? We would like to know. And also, please tell us where you're watching us from. Well, last night when we brought to you coverage of the match involving Nigeria Super Eagles and the Seleção of Portugal, we had thousands of people watching the live stream from the USA, from Lagos, from Port Harcourt, from other parts of the world as well too. So I'd like to find out where you're watching us from. And let's give you some shout out tonight. It's the vivxsports watch party. And it's magic all around the place, man. Surely so much magic. Feel free to drop your comments on the comment section, and I'll be taking some of those thoughts of yours as we progress. In a bit, we'll have restart of action. It's just about to get back on board now. And Mexico leads South Africa by a goal to nothing in this fixture. Well, it's back-to-back action for us. We have a total of 104 games in this World Cup. The highest number of fixtures ever to be played in one World Cup. The final is for the 19th of July. That's when we'll find out the world champions for the next 4 years. I'm going to see some more exciting matches come in the coming days. I'll just paint a bit of a picture for you right now. As we look forward to what's to come tomorrow evening after this game. Well, in the early hours of tomorrow morning, first off, there will be South Korea against Czech Republic. These days, they're called Czechia. Those two nations are in the same group, that's Group A, with Mexico and South Africa. Desire, which two teams do you think will qualify automatically from this group? There's South Korea, there's Czechia, there's South Africa, and there's Mexico.
I think Mexico, they will top the group, obviously, as the host nation. The momentum is there. You know, their current form, you can't take that away from them. So I think they are going to, top the group. And then Czech will probably, be the runners-up of the group. Yeah.
I felt like telling you I'm going to check it. Since you're talking about Czech Republic, It's going to be interesting to see how things do play out as far as that's concerned. South Africa have never qualified out of the group stage of a World Cup. Mexico have had their best appearance coming when they hosted this tournament in 1970 and 1986, getting to the quarterfinal stage, which till date is their best ever performance at the FIFA World Cup. This year we have extra work for these players. Normally when you progress from your group, you get into the round of 16 stage and then the quarterfinals. But this time around, you have to get into the round of 32 before the round of 16, before the quarterfinals. So as the tournament gets bigger, we have more matches to go through for these nations. Let's get back to the action, shall we? 29 minutes of play so far. L3 of Mexico 1, Bafana Bafana of South Africa 0. Ball back to goalkeeper Rangel. Just to remind you, Mexico are attacking from left to right with the green top on the white shirt. South Africa are playing from right to left with the all-yellow outfits. And it's Mexico with the possession again. Gallardo from that left-hand channel. Well, we have seen 56% of the possession for Mexico, 38% for South Africa, and just about 6% in play. Here they come again, L3 getting a chance for another shot. South Africa will defend this one with their lives. Akpan in the mix for them, and Mudau now will launch that clearance for the right fullback. It's going to go all the way back to goalkeeper Rangel of Mexico. Well, after that goal was scored, we have not really seen too many gilt-edged chances in this. Hopefully we see a few more as the minutes come and go. Long ball for Mexico. Now he's going to come for Alvaro. Alvaro decides to take that one backwards a bit. Cross from that right side. Goalkeeper Ronwen Williams will make the save. Reyes. Just reminding us of one famous player that played for Arsenal so many years back. May God bless his soul. Jose Antonio Reyes. But this is a different Reyes this time around here. Looks like you're an Arsenal fan. Maybe. Oh, nice. Champions of the Premier League, right? At least they got to the final there, man. Come on, give them some credits. I would like to know the team you support. Why do I suspect you're a Chelsea fan or something? And he's telling me, don't make some noise, Chuma. Just keep it low. Like Bonner Boy on the low. Let's get back to the action, shall we, right now. It's still Mexico 1, South Africa 0. We've seen half an hour football played so far. The home side have the advantage. And the ball will return to goalkeeper Ronwen Williams. He has considered the goal already here. Lau Foster, the star man for South Africa in attack, plays for Burnley. He has to find a way to be hot to help his side. See if they can burn down the ambitions of Mexico. Alvaro takes it back to his goalkeeper, Rangel. Rangel given the option of being first choice ahead of goalkeeper Ochoa, who's, like I mentioned earlier, making his 6th appearance in the World Cup. Akpan. Just to remind you, he's a Nigerian, but he plays for South Africa. It's beautiful, isn't it? Just a reminder of how united we should be as a continent. As we have the ball back with Bafana Bafana. Doesn't look like there's any urgency in their agency. They need new plans, a bit of contingency to avoid an emergency. They have the ball against South Africa from this left-hand side. Have to start going forward, these are our partners. They have to start going forward for sure.
They really have to. They've been very good in keeping the ball in their own half. But I think they need to, devise a means, be more creative and, take the ball forward, because when you play in the opponent's half, that's when you actually get to score a goal, and football is about scoring goals. I think they need to devise a means to get that ball into the opponent's 18 area.
They're responding to I and you. These are our partners here, and this is where South Africa could have a chance to score. Fans of Bafana Bafana, make some noise! I'm hearing some people behind me say, no, it's Mexico, it's Mexico. All these Bad Belle fans. Just joking, by the way. So excited to be in your company. You guys are heavyweights in your respective industries. And I thought that was a corner kick for a bit, man.
It was offside.
Okay, now I see. Well, the center referee is from Brazil. Tonight he will be hoping to have the right zeal to seal the deal. South Africa are chasing for some equalizer. They have to up the ante if they want to get anything out of this game. L3 of Mexico, Gallardo. He will have the ball now from that left side of defending. Gallardo back to Vasquez. Vasquez brings in his goalkeeper, Rangel. Rangel has options aplenty. Seeing surely the presence of Raul Jimenez. He's hoping for a long ball to get to his direction. A player who featured for Newcastle United, but right now plays for Fulham. South Africa regain the possession. Bafana Bafana, the boys as they are called. Now they have to respond. They will come forward. Bafana Bafana, lovely passes. This one, a chance for a shot and goal. Lau Foster could not find Mudau, and that's out for a throwing for Mexico. Well, really, South Africa just have to calm down. You know, maybe we should play a song for them from Rema. Baby, calm down, calm down. By the way, we're seeing some superstars. Silva, one of those players who won the World Cup with Spain in South Africa 2010. Of course, Spain emerged as world champions in South Africa 16 years ago, beating the Netherlands in the final. And some of those players, including Puyol, are there watching the action tonight. 16 years after already. By the way, South Africa remains the only African country till date to have hosted a World Cup. And we're so proud of you guys and the show that you gave us 16 years ago.
And the second will be Morocco.
Indeed, legend. Morocco will have the chance to co-host the World Cup in 2030 with a handful of nations. That will be a century of the World Cup that started in 1930. Alvaro for Mexico. Here they come now. The team playing from left to right. They want to get it right and continue from where they left. A chance for a through ball towards that left-hand side. Can square that one through. Ronwen Williams saves. And Williams is telling his boys, man, you guys certainly have to ensure that he stopped Mexico from coming forward with these lovely attacking runs. One of the best shot stoppers on the African continent, Ronwen Williams, won the award as the goalkeeper of the year at the CAF Awards last year. So right now he still holds that prize as the best goalkeeper in Africa.
The year before last, actually.
Was that like 2 years back, right?
Yes.
Indeed. How time flies, man.
Yeah.
Also was voted as the best goalkeeper in AFCON 2023 that took place in 2024. And Mexico with the possession again. Here they come. L3, Montes, Gutierrez, Vasquez. 6 attempts on goal for Mexico, 2 attempts on target, and South Africa are yet to have a single attempt on goal after 36 minutes of action.
But really, I'm not surprised with that statistics because Mexico, their build-up game prior to this World Cup, they've been scoring goals. I think, it's only one game that they didn't score. That was in March, either March or April. But every of their game building up to this World Cup, they've always scored, even a single goal and all of that. And they've been playing unbeaten. So I'm not surprised that they're having that much attempt at goal, and is expected coming into this game.
Well, that's why they are number 15 in the world according to FIFA. If rankings used to play football, then that should mean that Mexico should at least get to the round of 16 stage of this World Cup. But we know that rankings are just on paper. It's about the quality that you accentuate on the pitch, on the night, that counts for you. Right now they're showcasing quality, leading South Africa by a goal to nothing. Mudau with the ball for Bafana Bafana from that right-hand channel. They'll be searching for their first attempt on goal. Here they come. Quality stuff from Bafana Bafana. Overlapping run by Mbokazi. There was no one to get the right connection there, not even Lyle Foster. But he applauds his teammates for the idea. Looks like he didn't have his eyes there, actually. May have been a good idea, but not a fantastic execution by Lyle Foster. Just watching some of these fantastic saves by goalkeeper Ronwen Williams.
Yeah, he's done really well so far, and he's going to be a very important figure in this game. You know, if South Africa is to remain in this tournament, he's actually going to be that one player on the field who, you know, help make it happen for South Africa with his wealth of experience and his leadership in the team. I think he's going to, go all the way to assist South Africa in this tournament.
That's why he's been a leader in this team for years. In his 30s these days, one of the most experienced players on that pitch for South Africa, goalkeeper Ronwen Williams. His opposite number, goalkeeper Rangel of Mexico, restarts play for them. Alvaro has the ball right now from this right-hand side. Decides to go backwards for a bit. And they will switch play from right to left to bring in Gallardo. Well, Gallardo takes it back to Vasquez. South Africa really have all the composure. That's why they have not suffered exposure. They want to hold on to the advantage until this game's closure. There's still so much time to come. Enough time for Bafana Bafana to search for the leveler. We're having fun right here at Bature Brewery, one of the most prestigious hangout spots in Lagos, Nigeria. And as vivxsports, we're excited to be here with you today. The magic coming around the 54 Football X watch party. So huge delight to do this one. Free kick for Mexico. They have a player who's down. A bit of pause in play in the 39th minute of the game. And it's going to be Lira. Lira tried to clear the ball, but just barging into him was Sitole. Looks like he'll find a way to shake that one off Lira. And he's back on his feet. Not ready to accept defeats. And surely wouldn't want to repeat, because he came here tonight to compete. And the match is not yet complete. So much time to come. With just about 6 more minutes to the 45th minute mark. Mexico passing the ball with so much care. And Leroy again gets a possession for them. Here they come. Going towards that right side to find Alvaro. And he's been stopped. Gallardo would have been happy to see Alvaro going forward. However, he was stopped by the defensive play of Mbokazi. Mexico restart play. Quinones scoring the first goal in the FIFA World Cup for 2026. That goal coming in the 9th minute. And that's the advantage that Mexico have over South Africa with this 1-0 scoreline. The team on green and white would like to have a fantastic night. And they have the ball just around that halfway stage of the pitch. Lovely passes for them. They want to come out tops in different classes. They're here to serve the masses. But that has been intercepted. I think that was CBC. And the cone walking hand in hand. Mexico regain possession though again. They will come forward one more time. Surely the brilliance of that man, jersey number 23 for them, Gallardo. Now they come towards the right side. Alvaro. In fact, he brings in Quinones, the goal scorer. Quinones one more time on jersey number 16. Play goes to the left. Mudau will defend for South Africa. Mexico have it again. Through ball in the air! What a save by goalkeeper Ronwen Williams. And he has been the star of the show for Bafana Bafana. Raul Jimenez with the chance. Ronwen Williams with the save.
Well, just moments ago, I was commenting about how vital he is for this team. And this is just one of those moments where he, gets to prove his worth again on this team. And this is what he does. This is what he does.
That man is the man keeping South Africa in this match as Mexico come forward again. Another attempt. And it's going to go towards that right-hand side. Square through for L3. A shot! It is the upright. And Mexico have been knocking on this door, but it's not been opened for them in the last few minutes or so. South Africa are living dangerously right now. Bafana Bafana. They need some ginger. They need to rise up like an American ninja. That was the goalkeeper's best friend coming to the rescue of Bafana Bafana, Desire.
Really, I was scared at some point that ball would hit the bar and hit his back and going. That has happened before with Chiamaka Nnadozie. So, but then again, South Africa, they need to, step up. I see they are trying to play very compact in their defensive area, but it haven't really worked well for them. I've seen a couple of their midfield players, but watching a few times, I think they need to, come in and support the defense line more often than ball watch.
This is tantalizing action for us from USA, Mexico, and Canada 2026. And Mexico are giving us a show here with the fans out there in their numbers. The home side having fun, but the game is not yet done. We're not too far away from the halftime break, though. South Africa trying to respond. Yet to have a single attempt on target. Perhaps it's going to come now from this right-hand side. Ball squared through. Out for a corner kick for Bafana Bafana. Mudau with the cross. And that deflection surely coming off the body of that man Gallardo. Corner kick for South Africa. They have options aplenty in the penalty area of Mexico. It's going to be from that right-hand side. Could be an outswinger across this one. So we have fun with the 54 Football X watch party. Right here in Bature Brewery, Itamian Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. Shot for South Africa. Well, goalkeeper Rangel saves that. And now they have a shot on target.
Finally, at the 44th minute, I think, and they finally get a shot on target. So I think perhaps this will, motivate them coming out better in the second half, and perhaps we'll see more shots on goal when they come back in the second half.
And it's the man Bukazi who had that shot, sporting jersey number 14 for them, Bukazi. At least they have tried. And even the Holy Book says, when you knock on that door consistently, it shall be opened for you. So the more they try, the more there's a chance for them to find the back of the net tonight. L3 of Mexico with the possession on the far side. Gallardo in the mix. Long ball towards that left-hand side. Goalkeeper. The man, Ronwen Williams, stepping out to clear for South Africa. Mexico have possession one more time. Gallardo, the left fullback. He's seen so much of the ball for Mexico tonight. L3 had a disappointing World Cup in Qatar 2022, as for the first time since 1978, they could not go beyond the group stage of a World Cup. So they'll like to right the wrongs of Qatar in 2022. As we see 4 minutes of added time confirmed by the fourth official. We're into the first of the 4 minutes. Mexico 1, South Africa 0. Goalkeeper Rangel has the ball for L3. We're seeing their captain just speaking to a few teammates. Looks like they can hold on to this advantage and head into the halftime break. Raul Jimenez, the Fulham player, trying to cause South Africa Fulham on the night. Throwing for Mexico. It's the man, the right back for them, just coming to the fore with that chance for the throwing. Decides to let it go. Alvaro lets it fly to a teammate of his. L3 with a shot. An easy catch for Ronwen Williams. Gallardo with the overlapping runs. That left foot of his always itching to take an attempt on goal. Well, the break is not too far away from us. And looks like Mexico will be smiling at the end of the first 45. They may be the side who will be fortified, while fans of South Africa are not satisfied. Long ball from that right-hand side towards the left channel. Lovely control this is. Bafana Bafana could create a bit of magic. And yeah, that's the big name in the team. Modiba. Modiba from that left side who gets... He was asking for a corner kick, but the referee, I think, says that should be a goal kick for Mexico. I think he has a point. That should be a corner kick for South Africa, but it's been given as a goal kick for Mexico. That's a mistake from the referee.
Yeah, it is a mistake, but then again, way we saw from a different view.
And somebody says the referee is Nigerian. He's actually from Brazil.
So we have a different view from the referee, and he has a decision to make immediately, and that's what he just did.
Well, by the way, Nigeria does not have the privilege of having any referee in this World Cup. It's been a long time coming. Maybe in the next World Cup, just maybe. Mexico coming forward from the left side. Mexico setting for the second goal. They could have that chance now. 1v1. And goalkeeper Ronwen Williams just escorts the ball as it rolls away. I think that was Gallardo again. Or was that certainly the brilliance of, the man sporting jersey number 26 for L3 in Gutierrez. Maybe he should have done better there, Gutierrez.
He should have done better. I mean, in that area, keep your composure. Maybe 2 or 3 more touches, nothing will happen because defenders will also be very skeptical to even, make contact with you. He should have done better with that ball.
Well, Gutierrez, one of the players who's been shown a yellow card in the game tonight. He's been in the mix, plays for Chivas. And tonight his team can be Achievers if they go all the way to get victory in this. Reyners for South Africa. Sees the ball roll out. By the way, for Brian Gutierrez, he's just 22 years of age. As the camera pans towards the direction of Coach Hugo Bruce of South Africa. That goal from Quinones is the goal that stands for L3. As the center referee signals the end of proceedings for the first 45. It's Mexico who are fortified. That goal came in the 9th minute of the fixture. And they lead South Africa by a goal to nothing. So we head into the halftime break officially. What desire your take on the first half of this match?
It's a very close contest. It's a
When the world comes together under one roof and speaks the same language, there can only be one common football. Reaching a historic milestone with 48 nations competing on football's grandest stage, the biggest tournament in football history. It's the 2026 FIFA World Cup. From football powerhouses to fearless newcomers, every nation arrives with one dream: to lift the most coveted trophy.
Victory at the end of this fixture. Also drop your comments via that stream of ours on YouTube, vivxsports, and I'll be reading those comments of yours shortly. Well, there's more to come in the World Cup. After this, in the early hours of tomorrow morning Nigerian time, we will have the next game in this group. That will be South Korea versus Czech Republic. South Korea versus Czech Republic. And I think I like this group already, really. We do have teams from South Africa, South Korea, and the teams will not want their World Cup ambitions to go south, because if that happens, they don't come out. Serious business for them for sure. South Korea, South Africa, Czech Republic, Czechia as that country is called these days, and also Mexico as well. Well, I'm just wondering if Onyi is ready now. Okay, in just about 10 seconds. All right, Onyi with the magic. When you hear her voice, you have no choice but to stop making noise, and now she'll make us rejoice. Welcome, Onyi.
Thank you so much, Shuma. Great atmosphere over here. And I must say, South African fans, come on, let me hear your voice. Come on. Yeah, I hear you, I hear you, I hear you. All right, let's hear the Mexican fans. Come on, are you supporting Mexico? Let me hear your voice. Oh, you have the Bafana Bafana fans taking you out right now. But I need to know, any Nigerians supporting South Africa here? Only you. Oh my word, oh my word. Come on, tell me why you're supporting South Africa at this time.
It's like we're all Africans, like, yeah.
One Africa, one Africa. Now, tell me, Nigerians supporting Mexico. Let me hear your voice. Show yourself, show yourself. Nigerians supporting Mexico. Come on, let me hear your voice. Tell me why you want to be a hate fan right now.
Our kinsmen are back home. We want them back there.
Now, the thing is, what we say is Nigeria was supposed to be in this group, isn't it? Okay. The group where DR Congo is, Group K, Nigeria was supposed to be in that group too, if we had won the intercontinental playoffs, isn't it? All right. Now I understand why you're a hate fan, but the whole thing is all about one Africa, and that's what we're preaching right now. So let's feel your pulse right now to know. The game at this moment, L3 leading 1-0, and we've seen how South Africa have played so far. But tell me, what do you think should be done better? We've seen how the goalkeeper has been able to come through. Roman Williams coming through for the Bafana Bafanas. Are we saying what happened in 2010 is most likely not happening this time around in 2026? What is it going to be? Let me test the polls of South African fans. Come on, talk to me, talk to me. You've seen how the Bafana Bafana, Sitole, not going good with that goal there, and Bafana Bafana conceded. Or who do you blame right now with that encounter?
No, honestly, I do feel that Bafana Bafana they definitely need to pull up their socks for sure. They definitely need to attack more. They need to be more precise. They are making very, very silly errors, which is not good for our country. We do make those mistakes on a regular basis, but we will pull our socks up second half. I do at least a draw. I'll be very happy with a draw. And yeah, I'm very proud of the country because we qualified, and it's the first time before we've actually been, call it, given an entry versus actually earning the entry. So for me, but like you said, it's the best. Africa, we're all the same continent. So much love.
Shoshaloza, shoshalo. Come on, come on, come on. Shoshaloza, shoshalo. Come on. But it seems you're singing alone at this time in this place. But let's talk about L3 right now. For those who are supporting Mexico, tell me, what do you think? Is it going to be a game for Mexicans today for the fact that they are hosting this World Cup jointly with USA and Canada? Are we giving the game to the Mexicans? What is it going to be? Let me test your polls. Anybody? And you.
I don't have any comments.
Tell me.
I don't have any.
Tell me.
I don't
Do
have
you
any.
want Mexico?
Yes, I do.
So tell me why you want Mexico to win this game.
Oh.
You're going to look from here to London. You still answer me. Come on. Speak.
I think it's a collective. As Nigerians, we are rooting for Mexico.
Okay, you're one of the hate fans. All right. And that's the reason why you want to give Mexico this game. Okay. Who are those who want to give South Africa this game? Come on, let me see you. Oh. So tell me, what is it going to earn? It's going to be in favor of South Africa. And what would the scoreline be? Let's hear from you.
I didn't hear the question, sorry.
What's is it going to be at this time? Are you sure you'll be able to hear more questions? Because South Africa is losing this game at this time. So what is it going to be? A win for South Africa. And what would the scoreline be?
Flat out, no, we just need to keep pushing hardcore and get a goal in, and so we can start playing and get motivated. Yes, and get motivated so we can put up our socks and get going. Yeah. 2-1. 2-1.
In favor of?
Us. Bafana Bafana.
Bafana Bafana. All right. Remember that they've got one goal. I will. I'm coming to him. I'm coming to him. Come on. After singing Shosholoza. No, you gotta talk to me. You will be talking to me. I know you're an Arsenal fan and you're the champions of the Premier League, so please, gloat over it. Oh, not here. It's all about Bafana Bafana. So talk to me. At this time, what do you think should tweak? What do you think Ugo Brews should do at this time to tweak the game?
They definitely need to attack more. They're not attacking enough. They need to attack. That's about it.
All right, attacking just like Arsenal does. All right, but it's all about the watch party for South Africa and Mexico. The opening game of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Remember, this is 54 Football X doing something beautiful at Bature. And we're ready to do more and more and more and more and more. South African fans, give me your shout out. Come on. And let the Mexicans do the second one. Come on, give me a shout out, the Mexican fans. Yeah. Back to you, Chuma.
In world football, Africa stands proud, sending 10 of its strongest contingent to the global stage. From established giants to rising contenders, the continent stars are ready to showcase their talent, passion, and determination to billions around the world. For the debutants, this is more than a tournament. It's history in the making. New flags, new stories, and new heroes will emerge as they take their first steps onto football's greatest stage. The United States, Canada, and Mexico awaits the world to witness unforgettable moments, stunning goals, and the unifying power of the beautiful game. 48 teams, one trophy, endless possibilities. The FIFA World Cup 2026, where dreams become legends. It's time for the mundial. When the world comes together under one roof and speaks the same language, there can only be one common factor: football. Reaching a historic milestone with 48 nations competing on football's grandest stage, the biggest tournament in football history. It's the 2026 FIFA World Cup. From football powerhouses to fearless newcomers, every nation arrives with one dream: to lift the most coveted trophy in world football. Africa stands proud, sending 10 of its strongest contingent to the global stage. From established giants to rising contenders, the continent stars are ready to showcase their talent, passion, and determination to billions around the world. For the debutants, this is more than a tournament. It's history in the making. New flags, new stories, and new heroes will emerge as they take their first steps onto football's greatest stage. The United States, Canada, and Mexico awaits the world to witness unforgettable moments, stunning goals, and the unifying power of the beautiful game. 48 teams, one trophy, endless possibilities. The FIFA World Cup 2026, where dreams become legends. It's time for the mundial. When the world comes together under one roof and speaks the same language, there can only be one common factor: football. Reaching a historic milestone with 48 nations competing on football's grandest stage, the biggest tournament in football history. It's the 2026 FIFA World Cup. From football powerhouses to fearless newcomers, every nation arrives with one dream: to lift the most coveted trophy in world football. Africa stands proud, sending 10 of its strongest contingent to the global stage. From established giants to rising contenders, the continent stars are ready to showcase their talent, passion, and determination to billions around the world. For the debutants, this is more than a tournament. It's history in the making. New flags, new stories, and new heroes will emerge as they take their first steps onto football's greatest stage. The United States, Canada, and Mexico awaits the world to witness unforgettable moments, stunning goals, and the unifying power of the beautiful game. 48 teams, one trophy, endless possibilities. The FIFA World Cup 2026, where dreams become legends. It's time for the mundial. When the world comes together under one roof and speaks the same language, there can only be one common factor: football. Reaching a historic milestone with 48 nations competing on football's grandest stage, the biggest tournament in football history. It's the 2026 FIFA World Cup. From football powerhouses to fearless newcomers, every nation arrives with one dream: to lift the most coveted trophy in world football. Africa stands proud, sending 10 of its strongest contingent to the global stage. From established giants to rising contenders, the continent stars are ready to showcase their talent, passion, and determination to billions around the world. For the debutants, this is more than a tournament. It's history in the making. New flags, new stories, and new heroes will emerge as they take their first steps onto football's greatest stage. The United States, Canada, and Mexico awaits the world to witness unforgettable moments, stunning goals, and the unifying power of the beautiful game. 48 teams, one trophy, endless possibilities. The FIFA World Cup 2026, where dreams become legends. It's time for the mundial. When the world comes together under one roof and speaks the same language, there can only be one common factor: football. Reaching a historic milestone with 48 nations competing on football's grandest stage, the biggest tournament in football history. It's the 2026 FIFA World Cup. From football powerhouses to fearless newcomers, every nation arrives with one dream: to lift the most coveted trophy in world football. Africa stands proud, sending 10 of its strongest contingent to the global stage. From established giants to rising contenders, the continent stars are ready to showcase their talent, passion, and determination to billions around the world. For the debutants, this is more than a tournament. It's history in the making. New flags, new stories, and new heroes will emerge as they take their first steps onto football's greatest stage. The United States, Canada, and Mexico awaits the world to witness unforgettable moments, stunning goals, and the unifying power of the beautiful game. 48 teams, one trophy, endless possibilities. The FIFA World Cup 2026, where dreams become legends. It's time for the mundial. When the world comes together under one roof and speaks the same language, there can only be one common factor: football. Reaching a historic milestone with 48 nations competing on football's grandest stage, the biggest tournament in football history. It's the 2026 FIFA World Cup. From football powerhouses to fearless newcomers, every nation arrives with one dream: to lift the most coveted trophy in world football. Africa stands proud, sending 10 of its strongest contingent to the global stage. From established giants to rising contenders, the continent stars are ready to showcase their talent, passion, and determination to billions around the world. For the debutants, this is more than a tournament. It's history in the making. New flags, new stories, and new heroes will emerge as they take their first steps onto football's greatest stage. The United States, Canada, and Mexico awaits the world to witness unforgettable moments, stunning goals, and the unifying power of the beautiful game. 48 teams, one trophy, endless possibilities. The FIFA World Cup 2026, where dreams become legends. It's time for the mundial. When the world comes together under one roof and speaks the same language, there can only be one common factor: football. Reaching a historic milestone with 48 nations competing on football's grandest stage, the biggest tournament in football history. It's the 2026 FIFA World Cup. From football powerhouses to fearless newcomers, every nation arrives with one dream: to lift the most coveted trophy in world football. Africa stands proud, sending 10 of its strongest contingent to the global stage. From established giants to rising contenders, the continent stars are ready to showcase their talent, passion, and determination to billions around the world. For the debutants, this is more than a tournament. It's history in the making. New flags, new stories, and new heroes will emerge as they take their first steps onto football's greatest stage. The United States, Canada, and Mexico awaits the world to witness unforgettable moments, stunning goals, and the unifying power of the beautiful game. 48 teams, one trophy, endless possibilities. The FIFA World Cup
Yeah, we can see your fellow South Africans in the stadium right now. With your kind of jersey, by the way. We know that South Africa as a nation is a powerful nation when it comes to rugby. South Africa are world champions in rugby at this time. Yeah. Hey, you guys are that good in rugby, right? Just bring that to football right now. Yeah, the Springboks have done it in the past. Now Bafana Bafana have to do it too. 4 times world champions, the Springboks. And I wouldn't forget in a hurry, sometime in 2023, August 2023, I went to South Africa, and that was building up to the Rugby World Cup. And we could see billboards in Johannesburg with players, the faces of the players of the Springboks. So they went on to conquer the world again. By the way, I had a great time in Johannesburg, just around the Rosebank Mall area. And it's a beautiful country, that country.
Yeah, beautiful. But then again, I was going to tell those guys not to worry. They have Bayana doing them proud. Yeah.
Yeah, a legend of Nigeria's women's football, Desire Partners, is saying, guys, you have Bayana of South Africa, who were African champions in 2018. And one of the best women's national team on the continent, hoping to qualify for the World Cup next year in women's football. As we look ahead to the Women's Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco next month. South Africa alongside Nigeria and Morocco will be amongst the favorites for the title in that. Right now, though, is Mexico, who have the ball. Team playing from right to left. They will come forward. He was chasing that ball keenly, Alvaro, but just couldn't get to it in time. That should be out for a throwing for Bafana Bafana of South Africa. The team on yellow, it's about time they were able to say hello. This could be that second half where they upset the Apple Cats and just maybe turn things around for themselves. Mokoena with the ball for South Africa. Mokoena sends that one through forward. Here they come, Bafana Bafana from the right-hand side. Reynas in the mix. Take it back to Mudau. Mudau goes towards the center. They have space, they have time. They need to put this one into the right place. They need to leave the right trace. They're ready to play with grace.
So now that's the thing. South Africa, they are in possession of the ball, but you could count how many South African players in the 18-yard box. You know, they need to push more numbers up front. I know they are playing very cautiously now that they are 1 man down, but then again, if they are to bounce back into this game, they need to, you know, push more numbers up front, and perhaps the more numbers they have in the opponent's goal area, the more the better the chances they have to actually get to score a goal in this game.
And we just saw the second shot on target for South Africa. Surely the brilliance of Aubrey Modiba with that attempt in the 56th minute. Modiba, one of those players featuring for Mamelodi Sundowns, the African club champions. A team that beat Asfar of Morocco to go as far as possible to win the CAF Champions League title for 2026. And twice South Africa have had a shot on target. It's been shots from outside the penalty area. Those attempts from 25 yards out or so. We're going to see the first change of this match for Bafana Bafana. Coach Hugo Bruce is taking off Lau Foster, the player for Burnley. Mbata comes in for him. Looks like the coach is trying to just boost out the defensive options for Bafana Bafana.
Yeah, and then Foster gets to be sacrificed for that. And then, but to be totally honest, they haven't really had the best game tonight. And I think it's very justifiable that he's the one who gets to, you know, get off for coach to make that defensive adjustment.
Indeed, I think it's more of damage control for coach Hugo Bruce. South Africa making only their 4th appearance in the World Cup. And a misplaced pass led to the goal that they conceded in the first half. Now a misplaced pass has led to a bit of pressure coming their way. Raul Jimenez from that right-hand channel. And Bafana Bafana will regain possession again, but Mexico get it one more time. Then the foul is committed. Lira is down for the second time. He was just bumped into there by his opposite number, Modiba. Modiba, the player who had that attempt earlier for Bafana Bafana. This is going to be a free kick for the L3 of Mexico. Mexico have won their opening game in a FIFA World Cup 5 times in the last 7 World Cups. So they always seem to have the advantage when it comes to opening matches for themselves, that is. And they are trying to repeat the same feat here tonight. Free kick for L3 of Mexico as the referee speaks to Vasquez. Us talking to a player from South Africa, and Vasquez to be careful to avoid committing fouls. So be an indirect cross as a free kick. Ball launched through, a connecting header to it. And South Africa will clear their lines. The boys, Bafana Bafana. Yeah, they come forward, a throwing for Mexico. The president of FIFA, Gianni Infantino, is watching this one with keen interest. 2 continents that have never produced a world champion. North and Central America against Africa. Maybe it's about time these continents found a way to produce world champions, Desire.
Maybe this could be their time. Well, we'll wait and see.
Pardon me laughing. I just thought it was, you know, a tough ask for any African team. But hey, we saw what Morocco did last time, so maybe I shouldn't be laughing, you know.
Yeah.
It's like Sarah laughing when she was told she was going to have a son.
One of these African teams could pull a surprise, you know. It might not be Morocco. It could be Senegal.
Yeah, indeed.
You know, it could be any one of them.
Well, over the years, we've only seen 4 African countries or 4 African nations or 4 African teams get to at least the quarterfinal stage of the World Cup. Cameroon did that in 1990. As Mexico come forward from that left channel, lovely cross that was. But just too much base to the ball. And was always going to be tough for Alvaro to get to it. Well, I was speaking about the history of African teams in the World Cup. Only 4 times have we seen an African team get to at least the quarterfinal stage of a World Cup. Cameroon in Italian 90. And then we saw Senegal achieve that feat in Korea, Japan 2002 before losing to Turkey in their quarterfinal game. The Black Stars of Ghana got to the last 8 in South Africa 2010, losing to Uruguay narrowly. The game with the famous handball from Luis Suarez and the famous miss from Asamoah Gyan from the penalty spot. And then in Qatar 2022, Morocco did not just get to the quarterfinals, they became the first African team to reach the semis of a FIFA World Cup. So just maybe Africa is getting closer to eventually emerging as world champions. In the men's game, that is. Bafana Bafana. They would have to conjure something spectacular here if they're going to get anything out of this game. Yeah, there's still time to come, right? Don't worry, I know you guys have the hunger so you can be stronger as the game lasts for much longer. Zwane is just about to come on for South Africa. It's going to be the second change for Bafana Bafana. Hugo Bruce making changes. Adams is stepping out. And Zwane will come through. Yeah, that's a supporter of South Africa applauding that side. Let's test something, let's test something. Fans of South Africa, make some noise! All right, I'm happy you guys are still here and you're not giving up on your team. I'm happy that you guys are not keeping quiet as you enjoy your diet. Because tonight we're here to have fun, we're not ready to die yet. There's more excitement for us tonight for sure. 62 minutes of action, Mexico 1, South Africa 0. And I'm sure the Nigerians who are supporting Mexico are here. If you're supporting Mexico tonight, make some noise! Why are you people like this? Beautiful football we're enjoying tonight for sure. And so much more to come in this World Cup. Just beautiful to see Nigerians still following the biggest football competition on earth, even in the absence of the Super Eagles. L3 of Mexico. It's been a game that has given us several cards. Ball back to goalkeeper Ronwen Williams. Just to remind you, Sorry, goalkeeper Rangel of Mexico, that is. Just to remind you, Mexico are playing from right to left with a green top on the white shorts. And South Africa are playing from left to right with the all-yellow outfit. Raul Jimenez. It's not really had any more chances after that fantastic strike in the first half, Desire.
Yeah, for South Africans, right?
Yeah, I mean Raul Jimenez of Mexico, yeah. After that fantastic strike in the first half, we've not seen too much of him here.
Yeah, we haven't. We haven't, and that's because the South African defense, they've managed to, you know, silence him and make sure he doesn't get too much of the ball, which is very good.
Well, a high boots there from Quinones, the man who scored the opening goal in this World Cup. And his boots got to the head of Mudau of South Africa as Mexico get ready to have their first substitution of the evening. It's the 54 Football X Watch Party live right here in Bature Breweries on Itamian Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos, as we have amazing personalities who have come through to watch the action here. Keep your comments pouring in if you can via the live stream. We'll be reading those comments of yours shortly. Mudau. South Africa. Is that her? That should be the biggest music star from South Africa these days, I think. Tyler in the building! That looks so much like Tyler. I think that's her, of course. A Grammy Award winner. And a lady who, in the Grammys earlier this year, won the award for Best African Performance, beating some big names from Nigeria like Davido and Burna Boy. Tyler these days is the biggest musical export from South Africa. And it's just beautiful to see what these two heavyweights have been doing. Nigeria on one end and South Africa on the other end. They're not just fantastic with their sports, they're also fantastic with their music too. Clearance by South Africa to that back line for Morocco. Morocco will be watching this game for sure and hoping that if they had a chance to meet Mexico later, they can at least bring a bit of pride to Africa. You think that on the list of the 10 African nations in this World Cup, on paper at least, Desire, South Africa are not top 3, especially when you have countries like Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal, Morocco, and Egypt.
Yeah, that's right. They are not top 3. Yeah, but then again, they are here representing Africa and flying African flag, and so I think what the other teams can do here, they can also, you know, go forward to do as much as well. So all the 10 African teams here, we are rooting for them, we are supporting them, and want them to go all the way.
Indeed, we're rooting for Bafana Bafana tonight. Gutierrez and Vigaldo going off. And coming on for L3, Chavez and Mora. Mexico are trying to win their opening game of the World Cup again. Goalkeeper Rangel for them has it. Rangel keen to help his side get the victory tonight. We're there. The closer we get to the finish point, the more Mexico will believe that this could be their night. This could be a night where they make things happen. Mbianga Allen, I can see your comment on our live stream. Thank you so much. Mbianga says he's watching us from Cameroon tonight. Great to hear from you, Mbianga. And Nella is also speaking to us too. Just keep your comments pouring in if you can via the live stream on vivxsports. It's a watch party experience like no other, this one. Here they come. Mexico from that right-hand side. Cross through! Raul Jimenez makes it happen for his team tonight. And he connected to that one like a socket. Headed the ball through like a rocket. And it's Mexico with another goal in their pockets. L3 are cruising to victory. They lead South Africa by 2-0. Fans of Mexico, make some noise! Raul Jimenez plays for Fulham, and he's causing South Africa Fulham. Well, just looking at how that played out again, these are our partners here. Lovely interchange of passes for L3, and they're on course to victory.
Yeah, lovely crossing, lovely finish. And moments ago, we were just speaking about how silent he's been coming into the second half, and that's what strikers are made of. They could be silent for the whole time of the game, and then that one moment, you know, when it comes, they tend to, you know, capitalize on it. That's what Jimenez have done this night, and what an incredible header, what a great cross, good finish. Well done to him.
Just seeing the Mexican fan who had to turn the back of his phone camera just to capture his moment of celebration. I'm sure that TikTok will see that first. And Raul Jimenez is getting a bit emotional here. For him, it's an amazing occasion in the perfect location as he's showing he's fantastic with his vocation. And he is making things count. We do have the water break again, the hydration break. In the 69th minute. Don't worry, there are 2 more matches for Bafana Bafana after this one. And by the way, in this World Cup, we could have as many as 3 teams qualifying from the same group, because there'll be some slots for some of the best losers in each of the groups. So South Africa still have a genuine chance to, for the first time in their history, qualify beyond the group stage of a FIFA World Cup.
Of course, and who says they can't even qualify as the first runner?
The top 2 teams, right?
Yes, of course. So the group is still very much open. When Czech play later today.
Yeah, early hours of tomorrow morning Nigerian time. Yeah,
exactly. So when they play later today, we'll know where South Africa stands at the moment. But then again, they still have their second group game, their third group game to actually bounce back, and of course, the chances are there for them to still finish, you know, second in their group.
The Daltabati legend is our partners here as we hope to have the players back on the pitch shortly to return with proceedings. Still to come for South Africa. They'll have a date with South Korea, a game that they wouldn't want to go south for them. And then they will have the battle with Czech Republic. And they would like to sign the right check, or checks, financial checks. If they march into the next round of the World Cup, there's more money for them from FIFA. So that's enough motivation too, yeah.
Very important.
Very key really, as FIFA are dishing out more money than ever before for the World Cup. And that's a big deal for these players. There's also pride and prestige too for their respective nations. More of your comments are pouring in. Thank you so much for joining us. Ruben Umukuro 7812 says he's watching us from Lagos. Thank you so much, Ruben. And this one from Clayton_CCC says, "Go Bafana Bafana." Thank you, Clayton. Well, Doggy Iane Isaac, I hope I did not murder your name, says, "Good evening. I'm watching you live from Senegal. Good job." Wow, wow, wow. Ambulance. Thank you for watching us live from Senegal. We appreciate you 100%. So it's beautiful. We have someone watching us from Cameroon. We have someone watching us from Senegal. And you also can watch us right now. Just get connected to the vivxsports stream as we broadcast live from Bature Breweries in Victoria Island, Lagos. And the play restarts. We enjoy this 54 Football X watch party for the 2026 World Cup. Mexico leading by 2-0 after 71 minutes against Bafana Bafana of South Africa. Let's get back to what's happening in the on the field of play for sure. And goalkeeper Rangel is hoping to get this back pass. It wouldn't come his way yet. Mexico have enough time. Vasquez has the ball for them. Vasquez brings in Gallardo on the near side here. That's the left-hand side of defending. Back to Vasquez. It's 3 men in defense for them. Vasquez will bring in Montez. Just by his right side is Reyes. Now Reyes has it. Through ball for Mexico. Just around that center circle area. Quinones. Here they come from the left-hand side. Setting for a third goal. It's going to be that man of Fulham who was offside. And Raul Jimenez can go no further because he was guilty of passing through the wrong border. So it's going to be a chance for South Africa to clear their lines. And a chance for them to have a bit of respite as well. This is the coach of Mexico, who is taking this side to another major international competition. He's done that multiple times in the past. Now he's pushing to get success that will last. 2026 FIFA World Cup. Mexico are coming forward again, the co-host. Here they come with a chance for a third goal. And Mexico are calling for a penalty, but the referee says, calm down. He needs to speak to the VAR team. Raul Jimenez is on the turf. But the referee wants to hear from the VAR team before he says anything here. Well, it felt like just another body check there, Desire.
Yeah, I think it's a body check. There's really nothing there. I don't think they are going to call it. I don't think they are going to call it.
Looks like a kind of 50-50 reality. Some referees could give a penalty, some other referees could say no. And indeed, there's no penalty.
Yeah. Good decision by the referee.
VAR has come to the rescue of South Africa. Somebody behind me is saying this match will end 3-0. Wow. You know, Mexico are called L3, and I'm sure that you're hoping they will score 3 as they push for victory for that matter. Another yellow card, this one to CBC. South African players really have to be careful because they have more matches to come, and you don't want to accumulate too many cards at this early stage.
Exactly. They really need to be very careful. Whoa, that's reckless.
And he'll be hoping that VAR will not have to check that, else that could be even more of a problem for Bafana Bafana here tonight. I think the referee is going to allow play continue. So free kick for L3 of Mexico. And they will take this one with so much ease. Mexico are having fun in this game. Seems to be an easy challenge for them. And they're like, South Africa, we came to your territory in 2010. We held you to a draw. But now you've come to our side. We want to beat you. L3 of Mexico. Just having fun passing the ball around after 75 minutes. Looks like right now they don't have too much more to fight for. They will come forward again towards the left-hand channel. Gallardo has the ball for Mexico. Mudau is marking him. Gallardo takes it backwards. Quinones, the goal scorer, the man who scored the opening goal of this World Cup. Gallardo again. Quinones in the mix. They go towards the center. Beautiful passes by Mexico. Mudau tries to recover for South Africa. And now Bafana Bafana misplaced their pass. That was a strong tackle, but the referee says play on. South Africa's turn to come forward. And Bafana Bafana will get a free kick just around that center circle area on the pitch. Well, at this moment, the players for South Africa on the pitch are perhaps beginning to panic. They need repair, they need a mechanic, just so they're not going to be sinking like Titanic. So it's time for them to up the ante for sure as Mexico get ready to make yet another substitution. The goal scorer, Raul Jimenez, alongside Lira, will be taken off. And Alvarez and Gonzalez are just about to come on. Mexico have one more change to make left in this fixture after these two. 14 more minutes of regulation time to come. The fans of Mexico are chanting. The players for South Africa are panting. The fans for South Africa are ranting. As Modiba and Reynas are off for Bafana Bafana. And there are going to be two changes for the 1996 African champions. Apolis comes in alongside Makpopa. Magopa is a man who played in the qualifying series for South Africa for this World Cup. And he could bring that quality to be a galvanizing factor for them in this. By the way, South Africa qualified for the World Cup, finishing top in their group. A group that also had countries like Lesotho, Zimbabwe, and Nigeria. Not forgetting Benin Republic. And so they worked really hard to be in the World Cup, and they deserve their place in the tournament.
Definitely, they worked for it. They worked for it to be here, and I'm glad they're here, showing character, showing talent, and it's just unfortunate that they got that red card. Perhaps if not for that red card, maybe they would have bounced back in this game. But all in all, there is still a second and third group game to play, and perhaps they will show what they are made of.
Right now, it's Mexico who are showing the quality they have in the team. They are seen as favorites on paper to top this group. And the advantage right now just gives them the right signs towards achieving that feat in this World Cup that they are co-hosting. They will come again. Opening up towards this left-hand side is Gallardo. But they'll decide to go towards the center of Mexico. Now they go to the right. That's where Alvarado is running from. 78 minutes on the clock. South Africa have been forced to chase the ball like a flock. Tonight, they have to overcome the mental block. This Mexican defense, they have struggled to unlock. And looks like to score a goal, they may need just more than luck. Throwing for Mexico. From the left-hand side here, Quinones, the man who made history, becoming the first player to score a goal in the 2026 World Cup, is now being taken off 2 rests. And coming on in his stead is a star sporting jersey number 10, Vega. Bafana Bafana have to conjure something somehow, if for nothing, for the sake of their goal difference. Goal difference could play an important part for some countries that will be trying to qualify as one of the best losers. Or one of the best third-place teams. That makes better sense, really. Bafana Bafana with the possession. Mokoena for them. Mokoena twisting and turning. Mokoena, he loses possession. There was a foul committed against the South African man. And it's a free kick for Bafana Bafana.
He got lucky there. I don't really think there's anything there, to be totally honest. Look at it again.
Yeah, he just lost the ball completely. Yeah.
He got lucky.
Mokoena, by the way, made headlines. South Africa had 3 points deducted off them in the qualifying series for the World Cup because Mokoena played in the match that he should not have played after accumulating too many yellow cards. And so South Africa was sanctioned by FIFA. But despite that sanction, they were still worthy enough to top their group and qualify ahead of Nigeria's Super Eagles and the Squirrels of Benin Republic. Mexico with more of the possession. Going on with the procession. For them, it's forward movement, no cause for recession. Looks like winning the match for them is an obsession. But it's South Africa who are back in session. Here they come from the left-hand channel. Chance for a cross. A player down for L3 of Mexico. Bafana Bafana still playing. No! Beautiful shot, that one, saved by goalkeeper Rangel. And at least it was a shot on target.
It was a shot on target. Looks really promising. I think it took a deflection as well. Good job from South Africa.
Well, it looks like the substitutes are coming in to galvanize the performance of Bafana Bafana. 10 more minutes of regulation time to come. 10 minutes in football is such a long time. But would that be enough for the 1996 African champions to at least get a goal tonight? Well, South Africa got to the echelon, the peak of African football when they hosted the Nations Cup in the presence of the legendary, the great man Nelson Mandela. They lifted the trophy in 1996 on home soil. And then in 1998, they got to the final of the AFCON, but lost in the final. They were knocked out in the semi-finals in Ghana, Nigeria 2000. And since then, South Africa have been trying to work hard enough to get back to the final of an AFCON. The next AFCON will be in 2027, that's next year. And the referee wants to check the VAR screen. I'm not too sure what this is all about, though, but the referee is running to the VAR screen. Maybe South Africa could get something right now. Fans of South Africa, if you believe that it could happen, make some noise! There could be a penalty for South Africa, a possible red card for Mexico, a possible red card.
For South Africa, actually.
Is that for South Africa?
Yes.
Oh my.
It's a possible red
I got too excited for you guys. Forgive me if I know what I do it.
Whoa.
So there could be a possible red card for South Africa again. Oh my.
You don't do that.
They're already down to 10 men. Are they losing their heads? Just maybe they are. My, oh my. This is not what the doctor ordered for Bafana Bafana.
Come on.
And the Arsenal fan is saying no, it should be what? A yellow card, right? Not a red card. Well, the referee is back on the pitch. He has seen the replay over and over again. He has to make a decision. He has to make up his mind. Will South Africa be down to 9 men? Or will they escape unscathed? Mundial is speaking to the referee. The referee is making the announcement. Mundial cannot believe it. Fans of Mexico, make some noise! Maybe I should just say Bad Belle fans, make some noise!
Ah, they answered though. Bad Belle.
You guys, I hate watching. The referee will go to the card. It's a red card! South Africa are down to 9 men. Temba Zwane has been sent off. And it goes from bad to worse for Bafana Bafana. This is not looking good. And it's a sad experience for a team making their 4th appearance in the World Cup. And a team who are back in the Mundial for the first time since 2010.
Wow. 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 I have no word. I have no words right now.
Mexico seem to be having everything go their way so far after 85 minutes. South Africa still have 2 more games to come. So there's still a huge chance for them to win those matches, or at least get 4 points from those 2 games and still qualify for the second round. So if you're supporting South Africa tonight, don't give up. Don't give up at all. You guys still have matches. Yeah, no, there's still 2 games, man. Come on. They have South Korea to play, and they have Czech Republic to play. If they win those 2 matches, or at least get 4 points from those 2, they could still match on to the second round.
It's possible. Believe.
Indeed. Life is based on belief in yourself and in God. And so they just have to believe themselves. Believe in themselves, as the case is South Africa. It's just feels like a baptism of fire for Bafana Bafana. Every player on the pitch for them having a debut experience in the World Cup. And so they have to learn. They will learn from this for sure.
And they are learning the hard way.
I don't know if there's any very dark man on the pitch for Bafana Bafana tonight. As we head into the final 5 minutes, that goal from Quinones in the 9th minute and the finish from Raul Jimenez in the 67th minute. Those 2 goals enough to give El Tri of Mexico the 2-0 advantage after 86 minutes. Nearer and nearer draws the time that shall surely be when the center referee will blow for the final whistle of this fixture. Right now, though, there's still a bit of time for maybe a few more goals. Who knows? Mexico are dominating. Caressing the ball from that right-hand channel. Oh, surely we're having even more of the play. The man who came on board to take the place of Quinones. He's having a feel of the ball to Vega. Vega has a chance here. And Mexico have just fumbled the ball there. South Africa will be keen to clear this. In local parlance in Nigeria, we say anywhere Bele face. Just send the ball out somehow.
Don't do that.
Yeah, they really have to be careful.
Seriously.
It's like they're losing their heads now, Bafana Bafana.
Yeah, nerves are high, I understand. They're frustrated.
Bokazi just had to control himself there.
Yeah.
And we're seeing again what led to that red card.
Yeah.
It was an off-the-ball incident, man.
It was.
He shouldn't have done that at all.
He shouldn't. He shouldn't have.
That led to that sending off for the second South African player on the night. Zwane, Temba Zwane. And the funny thing is Temba Zwane was brought onto the pitch from the bench in the 61st minute to help South Africa fight back.
Wow.
And he came on to collect a red card.
It's, I mean, I don't know how to describe that, really. You should keep your head down in a tournament as this, in this kind of game. I know that the other player, the opposing player triggered him, right? I know we saw how he blocked his way of movement and all of that, but you don't retaliate in that way. This is a high-profile game. You're going to, you know, whatever happens, they send you off. It's your team who's going to suffer. It's just like they're suffering it now without you. So you have to always keep your head down, keep your cool, and just do the business of the day and help your team.
The Latabati legend, if anybody understands this, Desire Partners here, you understand this because you have represented Nigeria in multiple World Cups in the past. I just want to find out from you, Desire, what does it feel like playing in a World Cup? Because you have played in multiple World Cups for Nigeria.
Chuma, it's an undescribable feeling. For lack of a better word, there's nothing like it. This is the biggest stage. This is what every professional footballer plays for. Yeah. I mean, you could say for some players, let's say for example, there will be some players that, you know, they are there waiting to represent England, but when they are sure that that call-up is not coming, maybe they have a route somewhere in Africa, they will want to reconnect with the African route, just for the sole reason of playing at the world stage in the World Cup. So that's how important it is to play at this level. So World Cup is, it's an amazing feeling playing on this stage.
And it's simply incredible because you represented Nigeria very well, not just in the Africa Cup of Nations, but in multiple World Cups, like I've said. And the Super Falcons will be getting ready for the next World Cup in 2027. But they have to finish amongst the best 4 teams in the Women's Africa Cup of Nations next month to get one of the tickets for Africa, one of the 4 automatic tickets. And there will also be one through the Intercontinental Playoffs or something like that.
2 now.
Oh, 2 now. Oh,
yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Beautiful stuff. So while the Super Eagles of Nigeria failed to qualify for the Men's World Cup, the Super Falcons will be trying to qualify for the Women's World Cup that will take place next year. Right now we're watching Bafana Bafana of South Africa in the Men's World Cup, while Banyana of South Africa will be trying to also qualify for the Women's World Cup next year. It's the dream of every player to be on this stage. It's the grandest of stages for international sports. And Mexico will have a free kick. 7 minutes of added time. We're into the first of the 7. And there's celebrations in the camp of the Mexico starting 11. They're having so much fun that they may think they are in heaven. And I'm sure that their fans are celebrating, including that one whose name is Kevin or something like that. Maybe that one is watching Home Alone like the movie. Mexico have the possession again. Here they come from the right-hand side, I should say. Well, this man has had a good day, really. You know, from that right flank, quality football from Alvarado. Alvarado has had a great game tonight, I must say, for Mexico. Their right fullback.
He's had an incredible evening. You know, all of his touches, passes, his joined attack and, you know, supported his team offensively as well as in the defense area. So he's had an incredible evening.
South Africa could have a beautiful evening now. Mudau coming forward. Mudau! He's fouled. Should that be a red card? Should that be a red card?
I don't think it's a red card. He's not the last defender.
Well, the referee initially had his hand in his back pocket where the red card is, but I think it's too.
Whoa!
It's a red card! I told you guys.
I think he's just trying to balance the game now because he's not the last defender. Yeah.
Cesar Montes has been sent off for Mexico. And in the opening game of the 2026 World Cup, we have seen 3 red cards. That's crazy, man.
What a dramatic game. Yeah, he's not. The referee is just trying to balance the game.
And somebody behind me is screaming, he's not the last man. He's not the last man.
Equal playing ground.
Well, bro, I think that he's not the last man, but he got the red card because he swept Mudau like last man. Like last man, if you get it right, he just swept the South African player. But I get your point. But just like the legend said, these are partners here. Maybe the referee is trying to just balance things out a bit, saying, hey, South Africa got 2 red cards. Mexico, receive it. Receive it. And so he has to step out. Montes sent off the pitch. 3 red cards in the opening game. I'm not too sure that this is good for the image of a World Cup opening fixture, but what do we know? It's all about the drama, and we're just here to speak the grammar.
Of course, it's all about the drama, and we're here to enjoy it. So it's football. The law is the law. When there is an offense that requires a red card, the referee is there to, interpret the rule of the game, and that's what he's done this evening.
South African fans, could this be your goal? If you think that you could score with this one, make some noise! Okay, maybe you don't believe you can score from this. Maybe you don't believe that much, right? If you believe that you can score from this, make some noise! All right, now I'm feeling the belief. Let's see. This could be a chance for Bafana Bafana to score their opening goal of this World Cup. Mokoena. He stands, he breathes in and breathes out. Mokoena! Mokoena!
That would have been a very worked out free kick, but then the player that was meant to pull the trigger, his positioning was too far from the ball, and that would have actually been very well executed if only the player that was to pull the trigger stayed closer to the ball,
Just felt like it was a bit of lack of communication or something. I'm not too sure.
Yes, I think it's a bit of lack of communication.
Because that was a glorious chance for Bafana Bafana, but they've squandered it.
Yeah. And kudos to the Mexican defender. He was awake. He was, smart to have, followed up that play immediately.
Well, South Africa are finishing this game on a high. Just about 3 more minutes to the end of proceedings here. Makoka, well, he will come forward for them. Bafana Bafana stringing the passes. Well, they cannot come out tops in these.
The FIFA World Cup 2026, where dreams become legends. It's time for the mundial. When the world comes together under one roof and speaks the same language, there can only be one common factor: football. Reaching a historic milestone with 48 nations competing on football's grandest stage, the biggest tournament in football history. It's the 2026 FIFA World Cup. From football powerhouses to fearless newcomers, every nation arrives with one dream: to lift the most coveted trophy in world football. Africa stands proud, sending 10 of its strongest contingent to the global stage. From established giants to rising contenders, the continent stars are ready to showcase their talent, passion, and determination to billions around the world. For the debutants, this is more than a tournament. It's history in the making. New flags, new stories, and new heroes will emerge as they take their first steps onto football's greatest stage. The United States, Canada, and Mexico awaits the world to witness
exciting, really. But to be totally honest, South Africa, 2-man down, they kept pushing, they gave everything, they gave their best, and kudos to them. They played against the host nation, they played against the crowd. I know nerves are high. All the players on the South African side, they've never been to a world tournament, a World Cup tournament, and I can only imagine how high their nerves will be and all of that. And to be totally honest, they've put up a very good performance. Two-man down up until late into the game, and they've shown class, they've shown quality. Well done. They should, be proud of what they've done tonight, and hopefully get their next 2 group games. Get something out of those 2 games. Yeah.
They certainly have to get something out of those 2 games, and well, the game is over officially. Mexico have won the opening fixture of the 2026 World Cup. The goals from Quinones in the 9th minute, and also the brilliance of their main man from Fulham, Raul Jimenez, in the 67th minute was enough to wrap up the victory for the host nation. Well, Bafana Bafana of South Africa saw 2 players sent off. Mexico towards the very end with Montes also were down by a man. But after all said and done, they were not undone. Their players got turned on, and someone was saying pitching their beans turned on, really, as they have wrapped up this victory. Next up will be a game involving Korea Republic and Czechia in the early hours of tomorrow morning Nigerian time by 3 a.m. But full time in this opening fixture of the 2026 World Cup, it's Mexico who have beaten South Africa by 2-0. Thank you so much for joining us for the coverage tonight, and we'll go to Onyinyechi to speak to 1 or 2 fans, all the people who are supporting Mexico here tonight, and those who wanted South Africa to win. Onyi, it's over to you.
Yes, Chuma, I know that there are a lot of excitement right now because indeed South Africa has fallen. No matter where you go, remember the road that leads home. And right now we are hoping that they do not go home after the next 2 games. But fans supporting Mexico, let me hear your voice. Come on, make a shout out right now. Where are the fans? Oh, I can see you, the Mexican wave at this time. Yes, of course. Mexico has got this one. So it was an interesting night, but it's looking like we're going to have, FIFA is really serious about the rules. And that's what we've seen right now, that there are stricter rules right now. And that's the reason why we're seeing 3 red cards. So I need to feel your pause at this time. What do you feel about the game? Too tight, too strict? Let me come to you right now. Too tight, too strict? You think it should be a little bit liberal? FIFA right now getting too serious about your rules?
No, I think the game was fine. I think that's how football should be played. Nice and hard, no faffing around. That's how it should be played.
It's one person here in support of FIFA's initiative. And we saw something interesting. The camera on the referee. That was an interesting one for us to see the tackle one-on-one, just like the referee sees it while he runs after these players. What do you think about that initiative right now? The referee's cam, the referee body cam at this time. We could see some close-up photos, footages of what he's saying while running after the players.
I think it was fair. The referee, I think the officiation was good enough. At least from what I watched, I believe, all the red cards were equal calls, were very good calls, to be fair, yeah.
You think the loss right now for South Africa was fair enough? The loss for South Africa, enough?
Mexico was the better team. From what I saw, I pretty much saw that Mexico was, better in attacking, better in defense. They were more composed. South Africa gave it their best. It's sad to see an African team lose like that, but I guess they can bounce up in their next game, hopefully. Yeah.
Right, we will be rooting for them the next game. I know that we have a lot of South African fans who are singing Shosholoza, but at this time, they are nowhere to be found. But this is where we call it a wrap. We'll be hoping that you can join 54 Football X in the next watch party. At this time, the game that ended with 2 goals in 2010 is ending with 2 goals in 2026, but this time around in favor of Mexico. But South Africa will be hoping you can do this again in your group and then live up to that win, to that ticket of the World Cup that you get from the group that's got Nigeria. All right, we'll see you next time.
When the world comes together under one roof and speaks the same language, there can only be one common factor: football. Reaching a historic milestone with 48 nations competing on football's grandest stage, the biggest tournament in football history. It's the 2026 FIFA World Cup. From football powerhouses to fearless newcomers, every nation arrives with one dream: to lift the most coveted trophy in world football. Africa stands proud, sending 10 of its strongest contingent to the global stage. From established giants to rising contenders, the continent stars are ready to showcase their talent, passion, and determination to billions around the world. For the debutants, this is more than a tournament. It's history in the making. New flags, new stories, and new heroes will emerge as they take their first steps onto football's greatest stage. The United States, Canada, and Mexico awaits the world to witness